And that's enough of that. You don't need the whole long starting soon screen. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brea Thorn. Sorry, I'm late. But that don't matter. Better late than never, I guess. And we should all be thankful for every day we have. Today, I have today, tonight, this evening, here with you. What's going on, guys? Thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding. There's times where, like, I usually eat really late, and that's not the best thing. It's not the best thing for me, but it is what I do. It's kind of how I'm wired, and I should probably do something about that. I don't. I haven't, but I should. But yeah. Well, how are y'all doing? What's up, Sailor X, Dave Odell? How are you? Inner Void, welcome. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. All right. I Louise, welcome. Or is it I Louise I? It's Louise, right? Okay. Let me just say that. Everybody, hope you're having a better day. Well, a crash. I hope from here on out we all have a good evening. It was an odd day, that's for sure. But it was another day, and I'm thankful for every day that as I was saying earlier. I've been thinking about that. Thinking about my health. I'm trying to get healthier, and just do the best I have with the time I've got. You know, it's the thing that you don't get back. You don't get your time back. So you gotta cherish the time you have and do the best you can with it. You know, been very introspective lately. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about computer stuff, not like this is not philosophy stream. Thankfully, I don't know how well I would do with that. Largemouth Bass, time for another W stream. Thank you very much. Welcome. Jazzman, what's up? Good evening to you. How are you? Oh, thank goodness I'm not late. C91099, welcome. No, I was the late one. That was me. You have pets. You gotta accept being covered with pet hair all the time. That's just something you gotta live with. And for us, it's cats. So cat hair life. Every time I do a video and I just see random specks or like little hairs everywhere, I'm like, oh, God, I need some, like, please AI fix this for me, please. I need some kind of pet hair removal AI tool for videos. Hey, Nell, how are you doing? Welcome. Doing okay. Doing well. AV2 says, very good. Glad to hear it. Oh, no, I didn't do a custom build with the Legatus AMD 4090. Oh, you, okay, cool. Will you give me a D20 roll since it's just there? AJ, are you ready for this? All right, sure. I'll try to do it to where because you can't really. You got a 6. You got a 6. Hope it wasn't a saving throw. Oh, UTI. I'm sorry to hear that, Crash. Those are rough. Cranberry juice all day long. That's the stuff. That's what I hear anyway. I'm not prone to UTIs myself, but that's what I hear. So go to your local Walgreens, something like that, load up on some of that, and take it over there with a smile on your face and say, some guy online said cranberry juice is good for urinary tract health. And supposedly it is. I'm not a doctor. Center Void, you've been talking about a PC you got, right? Or you're getting? Oh, you ordered yours on the 5th. Okay. Right. With any luck, I get my Alexander build tomorrow. Hopefully get an email giving me YouTube links so I can watch it being built. Dave, that'd be awesome. Is that a thing? Do they just have all of them uploaded? I mean, I haven't checked in on... I actually just haven't checked in with TJ in a really long time. I miss talking to him, you know? He's a good friend. And I hope he's doing all right. I know he was sick recently, so I didn't want to bother him, you know? Of course, Crash. Medic was now. Here's someone who is an actual medic here. Cranberry juice, vitamin C, and some prebiotic for the UTI. Much better than my advice. I had only 33.333% of that. So, thank you. Thanks for the $50 off my Alexander, by the way. No problem. So there was a brief moment where I think another community had a coupon code with Alexander PCs, but I don't think that that's still a thing. We are the only community that they have a coupon code with, other than, you know, law enforcement, active duty military, veterans, and firefighters. They get their own coupon code, of course. And it's like custom each time. Like you have to talk to them and get that. But we're the only community that has a coupon code with them. That's really cool. It's cool that they do that for us. Latif Mad Money. I need you to check the description of the YouTube stream and read the first sentence there, and then follow the directions. It's very easy, and it basically is going to. You have to fill out a form that is asking you the questions that you should be asking yourself anyway, plus a few extras, and that gets you in line to get help. Probiotic. Okay, probiotic. I just figured it was something I didn't know about. I do know what probiotic is, but I was like, prebiotic. Okay, so it's like before the bios. Yeah, that's what a prefix is. It modifies that. Anyway. Okay, Latif, remember, go and look in the description. Click the link there at the very top. Fill out that form, okay? You can put all the information that you need there so that I can help you in a legitimate way rather than just reading one sentence plus a couple corrections afterwards and saying, okay, here's where go spend all your money there. No, it's yeah. Medic, I'm sure that there's probably like a duck owners club, and perhaps they have pageants and they have a duck off as part of the pageantry. Probably. Jazzman loves you love your Alexander PC. Nice. They made my day. Thank you. You're welcome. Multiple G's in a 4 through 6, up to 5 nothing. Okay, yeah. If you're going to give somebody a budget for something, don't give them a range, Latif. I'm going to give you some advice there. Of course, in the form, you'll notice that it's 4K or more as the highest option, because at that point, I just need you to tell. I'm not going to have a million different multiple choice answers there. You just got to tell me. But yeah, if you're going to give a budget for something, don't give a range. Just go with the maximum. Here's my maximum budget. There you go. If they go under it, cool, right? And I do that frequently with like Micro Center builds and stuff like that. But yeah, just give the maximum. Don't make anybody else choose for you how much you're going to spend. Give them an actual number, solid number. Like going into those farm stores when they have the baby ducks. Tractor Supply Tractor Supply Company can be pretty fun to visit. It was funny when we were on a trip out of town. There was a lot of stuff that we could do, and we were like, what do you want to do? And there was a Tractor Supply Company right next to the hotel. And Ari was like, I want to go to Tractor Supply Company, even though we have one here. I was like, yeah, all right, sure. Let's go look. She wants to get chickens, and I support her in this. But Inner Void, congrats on your first gaming PC, though. Seriously, that is very exciting, and you went with a really good one. Yeah? Went with a great company. I keep biting my cheek, guys. I'm going to be talking weird tonight.
Is that a Bucky shirt? Excuse me while I hydrate Harris to a productive and roast-free stream.
I don't want a roast-free stream. Yes, it's Bucky's. We want all the roasts. Ah, man, that's going to get me. I don't even know when I bit my cheek, but that sucks. Wait, When did I say that? Brayathorn sent. It says that I sent that. I didn't send that. How'd that happen? You get to type in who you are, I guess, if you do it through YouTube, but this was on Twitch. Bro, I'm Godly. What's up? How's it going? Been a minute. I think about upgrading my PC a little. I built it roughly 3 years ago, and it was a beefy one then. Well, you can definitely do that. Good thing about PCs right there. Music's a little bit loud. There we go. Oh, I want to say thank you guys real quick to those of you who came with me for when we raided Emmett on last stream, because that was really fun. And it's just like I really, you know, I know people with, of course, within the tech YouTuber space, and we know each other and we get along, and I've made a lot of friends there, and it's really wholesome. And they're people I used to watch on YouTube, and it's really surreal. But I have no skin in the game when it comes to the speedrunning community, but I watch. I'm a fan. And I have just like this crazy respect for people who can dedicate themselves to putting 1,500 hours in a game to be one of the top speedrunners. So when I saw that Emmett, which is IMYT, by the way, when I saw that Emmett was streaming a Super Metroid hack on Tuesday, I was like, let's go raid over there. And Emmett was super cool. Like, I'd never interacted with him before. And I just randomly was just like, I mean, you know, I watch their stuff. That's like, if you guys want to know what I watch a lot of car videos. I watch a lot of tech videos, of course. Like, that's obviously something I do, but like, watch a lot of car videos. I watch a lot of like building stuff videos, woodworking, things like that. But also I watch a lot of speedrunning videos and streams and stuff. Not a lot of streams, but I'll usually watch VODs and all that. But yeah. Trying to convince my aunt to get a goat, also a puppy. Crash, I would go either or. If you're going to get a new pet, dedicate your time to that one pet before you get another one. Like, you know, bond with that new pet first and then get another one later. That would divide your attention a bit much, I think. But, you know, once you have that bond, you've built that bond with a new pet. Now, unless it's something like, oh, there's this litter of kittens and I don't want to separate these two kittens, I'm going to get both of them. Then that's different. Or puppies or whatever. That is different. But, yeah, there's a big, like, it's very different between a dog and a goat. So that would be pretty different there. What's up, Cherokee Vapors? How's it going? I missed a Tuesday stream because I was at my fire department. Oh, no problem. All good. That sounds important. Doing great. Also lurking. If I don't talk, but not sure what to upgrade really. Well, that's something I can help with. But what helps to focus and upgrade is if you figure out what more do I want to do with my PC. If it's just a gaming upgrade, you upgrade your GPU. That's usually the number one thing. And I wouldn't do that right now necessarily if that's all you want to do and everything is working just fine. Because very likely, like Q4 of this year, maybe Q1 of next year, which is, 4 or 5 months away, new NVIDIA GPUs are going to drop, 50 series. So and that means 40 series will get cheaper, or you can choose to go with 50 series. And if it's like, what if it's actually end of Q3, like around late September or something? So, if you're not having problems, if you're not having troubles, and all you want to do is game and get higher, maybe go to 4K if you're at 1440p, or you want higher refresh rate, you want to be able to max your settings at 1440p instead of bringing them down, or whatever the case is, as long as it's working right now, if we're in a launch season like we are right now, I would wait a little bit if it's working for you right now. But if you really need the upgrade, that's different. If you know you're going to get into content creation, okay, I need more RAM capacity. I need more storage. I need more cores. I got an i5. I wouldn't say I'd go i9 at this point. Oh, boy. But just things like that. You figure out what your reasoning is, what you want out of an upgrade, and that will help you determine. See, this is all part of the introductory episode of Pre-Built Rebuilt, where I'm going to be helping you figure out, like, do I even need to upgrade something? Figuring out where your system can be improved is the first step to improving it, obviously, right? Well, after I say it, it's obvious, but it might not be the first thing on your mind, you know? Epoch Samaj says, I got 3 new snakes. Oh, very cool. Did you name them backwards too? My aunt is retired and has a lot of country land. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. In fact, I didn't buy any tech during Prime Day. You guys want to see what I got? I'm such a sucker. I am such a sucker. They've got my number, man. They know. I wasn't even going to talk about this. I didn't need this. I didn't need this. I have like 4 Stream Decks now. I don't need this. I just have this one unplugged. And if Elgato doesn't make more Atomic Purple stuff, I'm going to be legitimately disappointed. If they don't work with Corsair to do Atomic Purple keyboards and mice, I'm going to be upset. This should be the start. Not just a flash in the pan. I'm a sucker, man. I'm weak. I just want to be higher. I run 5950X and 3080 Ti. Brom Godly, that's an awesome combo. Like, what more do you need? You could go, if you're gaming, if you're just gaming, you could switch that to the 5800X 3D and get an improvement in gaming and also probably lower power draw. But if it's running fine, you got no need. The thing about it is, if you want to upgrade to like the new 9000 series processors, you're going to be upgrading your motherboard too, and that's like building a whole PC almost. Sorry, how do I join the queue? There's a link that just popped up from Stream Elements. Click that link and fill out that form. That's how you do it. Brought a blender for Prime Day. That makes sense. Todd Howard got more money out of me during Prime Day than Amazon. Oh boy. Oh, YouTube. Okay. It's funny, Gary, because it didn't say your name. It said mine, but it popped the thing up in Twitch chat. That's weird. My advice is going to be corn liquor, says Sailor X. Does that help with that? Hi, Dante. Oh, no, you're not Dante. You're Dante's therapist. Well, hello, Dante's therapist. How are you? AB2 loves goats. Hi, I want to jump in and at least leave a like. Hope y'all are well. Thank you, Steve. I hope you're doing well yourself. At least you'll have extra if you break one somehow. Luis, here's the thing. Like, my original Stream Deck is just the original black one, you know, your standard, same number of buttons as this, everything. But it was the Mark I. I actually cracked that thing open on purpose. I took it apart, and I drilled into the backing of it to put in quarter 20 threading. Yo, Igor, what's going on, buddy? Igor coming in, gifting 2 tier 1 subs to the community. That's a tier 1 sub for Matto15 and for Gallstar. Thank you very much, Igor. How are you? And I put quarter 20 threading into it so that I could mount it under that desk back there. So I have a Stream Deck that's out of the way. It still works perfectly. These things are pretty simple devices. They're just like not going to break. Having fun at work? Hey, we got to make our own fun, right? I can't even look at this thing right now. I feel so guilty. I don't have money to throw away. I don't. But I am going to be doing a setup video here pretty soon. So I was like, how can they come out with a limited time only, Prime Day only, Atomic Purple Stream Deck, and I don't buy it? How can I? Well, all right then. Why did I say, well, all right then? That's because Epoch Samaj just gifted 5 Tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That is a Tier 1 sub for The Will, Largemouth Bats, U.S. Army Combat Medic, C91099, and Nakey Jakey. Welcome to the Swarm. Also, I should say this in the epic voice. Thank you again, Igor1980, for gifting 2 Tier 1 subs. 1 to Matto15 and 1 to Gallstar. Welcome to the Swarm, everybody. Yeah. Thank you, James. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm still echoey. Army Medic, you have earned a sub for taking care of my girlfriend's bladder. You didn't gift that crap. How are you taking credit for that? Bought a Casio G-Shock watch. It has purple accents. That sounds sick. They got your number, Braid. They did. They knew. The thing is, I now have contacts at Elgato. And I was like, how dare you? And when are you going to make more things in this colorway? Angry Wolves, I apologize, but we don't allow links in chat. Because of a lot of spammers that come in and say best viewers at blank blank blank. I don't want anybody accidentally clicking on any of those, so I don't allow for links in chat. Sorry about that. But congrats on your new PC. I splurged on the Frostpunk 2 7700 XT. That sounds awesome. That was not a link, just a period. Oh, it probably said something like weeks ago dot. or whatever, and then it thinks that is a URL. So slap a color purple on it. Well, it has to be something I still like. Yeah, it gets a couple points if it's a nice purple color. I mean, you can't go with a bad looking purple aesthetic. You can't do that and have me still like it, you know? It still has to be nice. Algorithm is mistaking my I mean, it sees something that looks like that. The thing is, here, look. I mean, I'm not gonna do it, but like if I type it in, I can put links. If I type something like that, it'll show, and it'll try to take you to a website. It's crazy. Well, clearly we have the best. Of course. You know what, Crash? I'm betting that those spammers go to other streams and they just link my stream. They're like, best viewers are here, and then other streamers are like, oh, thank you, and they come look and they're like, those are the best viewers. That was not false advertising. Wow. By the way, I love the way my tattoo turned out, but it does need a little touch up. Crash, that's awesome. Don't make any snap judgments on that. You got to let that thing heal. It could look like it can look swollen. The lines could look like they can look swollen. They can look off. Whatever. You got to let it fully heal, and then assess whether it needs any touching up. Had other streamers tell me it was a mistake by the system. I don't do. I get it, Angry Wolves. It's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Hey, Bray, just watched both your videos on Exotic PC. Was thinking about buying a PC from them. What do you think What do you think out of all their selections is the best value? Chris, that's not how it works. Value is subjective to you as an individual. I can't decide that for you. So that's why we have a form that you fill out to get in line for some help. And that's how we do that. Because I don't know anything about you, like your personal needs, what you prioritize, things like that. So you can look at the description of the YouTube stream, fill out that form, and then you can help me help you. But thank you for watching the videos, though. I appreciate that. Yeah, really what it comes down to is going to be you going through there and being like, well, I don't really need a 4090, or I don't need this, I don't need that. If you don't feel comfortable making those choices, that's why I do these streams, but you do have to follow through the procedure to get that help. Watching as I'd like to learn that as well. No problem, Angry Wolves. I'm not Angry Braethorn right now. I'm just regular Braethorn right now. It doesn't bother me that it accidentally thought you were putting a link. I was just informing you, not yelling at you, saying, hey, just so you know, we don't allow for links in here, and that's why. No problem, Crash. What's up, Northern Lights? How's it going? Bray, I posted a build I did with it on your Discord. Got impatient and put it together. Still got to rust out the case. Is it rusty? Oh, dust. You meant dust. I got you. Well, what's going on, Mike? How are you? I bought a Red Frogman G-Shock a few months back. You don't use mouse pad on that mat? What, this? This is a mouse pad. It is a large mouse mat. I got it at LTX. I don't need to use an additional thing with it. Stop. Stop it. It is entirely a mouse pad, but it's the big one. You don't need an additional mouse pad on top of a desk mat. A desk mat is supposed to be a mouse pad, but bigger. So generally that's good. Okay, so we're gonna be going into this. We're gonna be doing roll call now. All right. Oh, Frostpunk is full of rusted metal. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. So you have to rust out the case for the aesthetic. Very cool. All right, everybody. Listen up. This is how it works, okay? This is going to bother me all stream. Yay for talking for a living. Ow. Okay. If you have submitted your form already, then that means you have told me, hey, I'm ready to get some help here, okay? If you want help, fill out the form. It just popped up in Twitch chat, okay? And it's also in the description of the YouTube chat. So go to a YouTube stream, go to the description. It's the first thing there. So if you're waiting for your turn, if you're here for your turn and you're waiting for it, all right, please type in chat @Braethorn. Okay, that's my name right here. Put the @ symbol, start typing Braethorn. It'll help you fill out the rest. And then after that, put I'm on the list. @Braethorn, I'm on the list. Okay? That's all you need to do for this free help, my own personal time I'm giving to you to help you make your purchase. All I ask is that you do that one thing. All right, here we go. Again, everybody. There's a reason I asked for it in this specific way. If you type my name in chat in either YouTube or Twitch, it highlights it for me, so it's easy to find it. So yeah, I might accidentally read that you're here and on the list. I might accidentally see that. Is that what you want to rely on, that I'll accidentally see it? No. So follow my instructions. Type the @ symbol. It's like a swirly A with a circle around it. Then start typing Braethorn. It'll help you fill out the rest, okay? Then type after that, I'm on the list. It's all you got to do. I know, it's a lot to ask. But do it just like that, please. I might have to come back to look at these later, and having them highlighted helps a lot. I'm old. One of the first things that goes is the eyesight, okay? There we go. There we go. We're getting there. All right, Luis, you don't have to type the whole thing. It'll help you type it. But also, it's on the screen. It is on the screen right here. You go one letter at a time. If you misspell it, it doesn't highlight it. You guys got to understand. In a way, this is fun for me. I'm here wanting to see if you're willing to like follow a little, just some easy instructions in order to get your free help. To be clear, there are some content creators who offer this as a service and charge $200 or more for a half an hour of their time. And more power to them. They're very good at what they do. The ones that that I know. There are some other ones that I don't really know personally, and I don't know if they do it well or not. But the ones I know that actually do it are very good at it. Okay? But I do this for free. All you have to do is follow some very basic instructions and see how you do. This is a little bit of fun for me too. I get to kind of poke at y'all a little bit. No, you know what the roll call is, Crash. You hear like every stream. You know how it works. Yo, you got it. There you go. Thank you, AB2. Appreciate that. We were just talking about goats. By the way, Twitch chat, I sometimes like to just respond to YouTube chat in ways that like don't really communicate what they're saying, so it's a little bit mysterious for you. You guys can have both chats open if you're on a device that allow you to have tabs. You could do both, but it's probably not that convenient for you. I understand. I like to keep a little mystery going there. So far we have 3 people. You got to have them both going. If you mean having them both on the screen here, I can't do that. Twitch rules. And I don't really bring in the viewership that I used to that got me to partner because I took a 9-month hiatus from streaming on Twitch. So I don't want to risk losing partner by breaking TOS, even in the slightest way. If I don't break TOS, they'll probably, unless they change their policies, they'll never remove it. So I can do what I do and not worry about that and still be a partner when I go to TwitchCon, which is great. Sorry, Twitch. I meant for viewers not to be confused by you responding, but that's fun. I would rather y'all be confused than I lose Twitch partner. Is that just me? A little bit of confusion is healthy. You have nothing to apologize for. C9. What do I call you? It's a letter and numbers. What do I actually say to you? Crash prefers a mystery. Appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and clear these. So we had Luis. Nope, that's not what I meant to. That's not what I meant to do. That was an accidental click there. And then C9 and largemouth bass. Those are the ones who said after typing my name, saying that they're on the list. If you don't do that, you're not getting highlighted, and I'll move on. As in, I have Twitch and YouTube running to watch both chats. There you go. AB2, healthy confusion. Yeah. Confusion is healthy. It is a healthy practice to remind yourself that you don't know everything that's going on around you and to become accustomed to that and maybe seek out knowledge rather than waiting for it to come to you. Like, that's what brought you here. You're seeking knowledge and understanding. We joke around a lot here. I poke at you guys now and then. We never get straight up adversarial like I see some other streamers do, which is hilarious. But it's not really my vibe. But you're here because you care and you're seeking out knowledge, and that's awesome. Half of the reason to learn something is to share that knowledge. That's what I like to do, and you're here for that. That makes me unbelievably happy. But stay curious, stay confused. Well, don't stay confused, but acknowledge confusion, turn it into curiosity, and learn more stuff. Of course, here we're just talking about the people talking in another chat. I just had to BS my way through that one. How did I do? Did I do okay? I hope I did well. All right. Okay. It has somehow made that all sound very serious and wise. All right, let's go take a look at what we've got here for starters. And, well, I mean, as if we didn't have... what is that? Is that a cable? Okay. As if I didn't have enough Micro Center builds last stream, which was like... That was like 80% of the things that I did last stream were Micro Center builds. So we're starting off with one in Westbury, New York. Okay, and it's a parts list, so you are building it yourself. That's good. 1440p, a white build, and you're not interested in upgrading your CPU over time, which is interesting since you're doing a DIY build. That is interesting to me. But I mean, if it's just gaming at 1440p, we're probably going to do, you know, a bundle with a 7800X 3D. So you know, just so you know. I reject your reality and return to monkey. I'm too lazy to learn new things. Teach me old things. Well, Rutu, apparently, in the Middle Ages, in Europe, in the Middle Ages, say where they spoke English, we have their accents all wrong. The way that they pronounced vowels and all that, completely different from what we see when you see, you know, modern interpretations of you know, your Robin Hood and King Arthur and all that. A knight was not a knight; it was knicht. That was a historical language expert talking about that. So that was like King Arthur and the knichts of the Round Table. It loses the majesty a little bit, doesn't it? Just a little bit. There, I taught you some old chew on that. I don't like it either. I do not like it either. How do you fit a Micro Center in New York? Crash, there are 4 of them. There are 4 didn't mean to do that. There are 4 Micro Centers in New York State. 4. And like 2 of them are in the city, I think. In different boroughs. It's crazy. I don't know either. It's crazy. Why can't we have... There's like states that don't have a single one, and New York has 4? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway. All right. Pop culture principle. Braithorn, I'm on the list. Yeah, you are. You just got on there. Okay, cool. Thank you for following instructions. That was beautifully done. Beautifully done. Yeah, you're way better than Asmongold. It's not just Asmongold. So many... Internet went out for a bit. No problem. Now I know like why Schlatt did that thing where he banned anyone with like name not found in their username. Makes sense. It was so many people. Yeah, I don't know that I'm better than Asmongold though. I mean, it's not just about how you are with people and the way that you talk, things like that. Is really, you know, like he's a hardworking dude. Like he's been in this for a really long time. So there are a lot of different aspects to being a streamer. I, by nature of my CFS, my chronic fatigue syndrome, that holds me back because I can't. You guys heard me talk, you know, toy with the idea of doing marathon streams or subathons. I don't know that I can physically do that. On the 31st, we're going to have a very long stream, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. But we're doing a long stream on the 31st. We're going to have a 9700X system, and we're also going to test it against the 7700X and the 7800X 3D in that stream. Good Lord. Anyway, you're the best streamer I've ever watched, to be honest. Wow, Luis, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to sound mean, but Asmund needs to take better care of his teeth. I have teeth problems as well. But the thing is, he's going through stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff going on with him. Like after his mom passed, things are rough for him, and it's important for us to put ourselves in his shoes on that, because he has a certain lifestyle. We don't know that lifestyle. Well, we kind of do, and I feel like some of the stuff that they've done over there has been kind of intrusive in a way. Where they've shown like what his house is like, what his streaming room is like, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy. It's really, he lives a very unhealthy lifestyle. So his teeth, that's just a superficial. Well, I mean, it's a health thing, it is, but it's one thing we see. But there's a lot more going on, I think, for him, and I wish him the best. I hope that he does okay. I hope things like level out for him and everything. He's a really smart dude. He's a very, very, very savvy, smart dude. But being smart isn't always enough to get you through a situation like that, Nobody's really built to cope with those things. Anyway, enough about talking about other people. I feel bad talking about other people. I don't like doing it. Okay, but we're going to Westbury, New York. We're doing a parts list, $1,500, 1440p, white build. And let's go do that. Aw? Really? I mean, I guess, but there's no 7800X 3D build here. That's wild. Do they not have any in stock? Is that what it is? It's right there. They have 25 plus in stock. What the heck is going on? They had amazing bundles just recently. And they have special savings with... They have motherboard bundle savings, but it's not showing up in their stupid bundles. What the hell are they doing? Oh, Micro Center. Come on, man. Yeah, there's no 7800X 3D. Okay, well, there are still bundle savings. They just don't do it for you, I guess. Like, it got it down to like $200 last time. That was crazy. Is the ad break over? Okay. Asmund owns his own PC company with some of... He's a stakeholder in Starforge Systems. I know. Of course I know that. I also know the actual CEO, like personally. I know Nick. And me knowing someone, or like, I never let my personal feelings about someone who works at a company, whether I have friendship with them, anything like that. I've openly criticized Alexander PCs on stuff. I've openly criticized Skytech on stuff. I know those guys. They're great people. That doesn't mean I agree with everything they do. Asmund, I said he's a smart dude. He's had horrible takes before. There have been times where I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Where he's just been, in my mind, objectively wrong about something. Well, I can't say in my mind and then objectively. In my view, he's been wrong about plenty of things. That doesn't mean I don't think he's a smart dude. You know, but he's part of a, you know, it's OTK, and they're all stakeholders in, you know, like he's one of many owners of Starforge Systems. Let's see if any of these have that text. Here we go. You don't need that. Oh, come on. What else has it? It's not the X670E-E. That's not the only one. Right? That's the only bundle motherboard? Are you kidding me? Are you joshing me right now? That can't be right. This is the one they usually have. There's only one in stock. That might be why. Let's see what happens if I select this. See what if it bundles it down. It does not. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. There's other micro centers in New York. Maybe it's just this one that isn't doing it. Like, you do not need a $480 motherboard for just a gaming PC. I don't care if it says gaming on it. I had a whole video about how that's absolutely stupid for a motherboard that is more lined up for someone who's doing streaming or content creation with all the I/O that it has, all the extra storage that it has. You don't need that. So that would bug me. Maybe it was this one. They have 0 in stock. Maybe it was this one. They have 3 in stock. That's the V1. But that's probably it. They don't have the motherboard that they would usually enough of the motherboards they would usually use. Maybe that's it. I don't know. It's a tough situation here. Okay, what the heck am I going to do? I can go to a different one. That's fine. Let's see here. Choose out of these micro centers. There's Westbury, Brooklyn, Flushing, and Yonkers. I think Yonkers is the farthest one, right? I have no idea. I have no idea where Westbury is. I've been to New York once in my life, so. Desteki says hello. Hello, Desteki. How are you? I was wanting to get a Starforge system, but all glass isn't really my kind of aesthetic. They have their more mid-range and entry-level systems are not in the 011 style case. So, what's up? Sasa says sup. I always wonder about Asmon's organization. Thanks for clearing that up. No problem. I wish there was a micro center everywhere. Sure, absolutely. There's these 4: Westbury, Brooklyn, Flushing, and Yonkers. Flushing. All right. All right, we're going to get rid of this. Let's just see if they have bundles here. There it is. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. This bundle of the 7800X3D, the motherboard, and the RAM is $20 more than just the motherboard they wanted you to get. Just the motherboard at $480. Holy crap. Oh, this is a bundle with 48 gigs of RAM. You don't need that. And there's 15 of these in stock. You see? You see? Sales weren't over. They just didn't have the right motherboard, I guess, or something. They only had one or something like that. I couldn't tell you. But this RAM is good for the system as well. So that's it. We have motherboard, CPU, and RAM all taken care of for just 1/3 of your budget. By the way, you couldn't do this in the form, but you can now. What is your actual maximum budget? If it's $1,500, fine, no problem. If it's right there capped at $1,500. But if it's like $1,750 or something like that in between those two choices of $1,500 and $2,000, please let me know so that I can max out your PC accordingly, min-max it basically. An expensive motherboard for sure. I mean, for someone who needs that, it's fine, I guess. But I would always recommend. I usually will recommend the Dash F over the Dash E. It usually has most of the same things, except some things that are kind of superfluous. It's SSA. Thank you for correcting me. Glad to know. Flows off the. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Hello, SSA. It's almost like I'm saying, you know, sup, SA, which I heard a lot growing up because I grew up in a mostly Hispanic area, right on the border, actually. So that's why me hablas español. Me hablas, man. There we go. I'm rusty. It's been a while since I had to speak Spanish, but I used to be very conversational in Spanish. I wouldn't say fluent, but definitely conversational. I know you've been here before. I know you have been here before, but thank you for reminding me. I do know that. Honestly, I would go as far as to say I wouldn't be interested in King 95 if it didn't come with mesh. I honestly like the dual chamber setup with side intake. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's good, but it's not for everybody. That's perfect. The budget is fine. Okay. How can he give me a PC? Desteki I can't give you a PC. I can't do that. I do giveaways sometimes. But then you have as much chance to get it as anybody else does. Okay? Okay, so this isn't as low as it was before at 205, but 224 is very good. This thing launched at $450, that CPU did. But okay, let's keep going here. Okay, question for you. Luis, how much do you care about ray tracing? I'd like to set you up with the best, frames per second for your budget, and that's usually going to mean AMD. It drives me crazy that so many people are just like, I automatically have to have NVIDIA. You don't. That's why they think they can price things however they want, is because people have that mentality. They've been cultivating that for so long. AMD offers a way better value in general for power, for price to performance. It's AMD. It's 100% AMD right now. Right, I have a question regarding GPU. If you get a free moment, 47 Ti Super, because I think the value pocket 800 for nearly 4080 match performance. Do you agree with the assessment? If you need that, because you can beat a 4070 Ti Super with a 7900 XT. For what is it? The 7900 GRE. We can check that real quick while I'm waiting for an answer. AMD. All right, cool. Never mind. I'm gonna finish this build. But I'm thinking 7900 GRE for this one. There we go. There's that one. That's probably the lowest priced one there is. This is cutting it close because we still have to do a case, power supply, CPU cooler, and storage. All with less than $500, so we're going to do what we can. Actually, this is going to help me here too. All right. I forgot to link this in the video from yesterday, which, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. No, I wanted to just go to their collation of all these. They got these all sorted and organized for us. There we go. So 4070 Ti Super 7900 XT beats it, and generally for a less money, or about the same, unless you really care about ray tracing. If you really care about ray tracing, then you can choose whichever NVIDIA GPU fits your budget. But yeah, 7900 XT I think is going to be the best price to performance if you're looking in that budget range. But we're here now. Like, in this 7900 GRE beats the 4070 Super for less money. That is it starting to all sort of sound familiar to you? It should. They generally will have, for their price class, more VRAM, although that has changed a little bit. But yeah, usually more VRAM. And the horsepower's better. It's just better when it comes to just cranking out frames. When it comes to ray tracing, you can still really do it. but not nearly, I wouldn't say not nearly, but not as well as NVIDIA. So if you crank up the ray tracing settings, you're going to slow down your AMD GPU. If you don't, and I'll tell you, ray tracing is one of those things that I wouldn't say it's an acquired taste. Anyone who sees a nice ray traced game is going to be like, oh, that's really pretty. But it's also, games also are designed to look good without that feature as well, because not everybody, if you're going to create a game, you want as many people as possible to be able to play it. Not every game studio is good at that kind of thing, though. But anyways, whatever. I think this is a good choice. If anything, if we need to go down a bit to accommodate all the other components we need, we can do that. But thankfully, you're building this yourself, so that saves you the $150 or $250 build fee. So that might allow you to get this insane combination of components here. Like, we might need to go with a 1 terabyte drive for now. And adding storage down the line is one of the easiest things you can do. And it's about a $50, no, I'm sorry, not a $50. Yeah, about a $50 difference. But we can also just pop this up to the 2 terabyte if the budget remains. No problem, Doc. You got it. Bought a Sapphire 6650 XT for $210 on Prime Day. That's a great deal. Hello, I have a question. I got scammed by Skytech Gaming, and I want to know any other good pre-built companies I want to spend $1,012. Okay, listen up. Disteki. I know Skytech. I know those guys. And words are a funny thing. Okay, I'm not saying you didn't have a bad experience. Happens with any company. Any other SI that I recommend to you you could have something similar happen. But I know Skytech is not in the business of scamming people, and I have, at this point, years of feedback from the community. From actual buyers to verify that. So I will warn you against using words like that, because words are a thing. You can just say anything you want, right? But that can be harmful to other people, especially if they really like that company or if they are considering something that could be a good decision for them. And then you making claims push that away. You're just saying you got scammed. You're not telling me how. You're not telling me what happened. Okay? So if it wasn't to your liking, if something happened where it's like, hey, this was messed up in shipping or something like that, you work with them until they fix it, because that stuff has happened and then Skytech fixes it. That's what they do. Now, if you bought from a third-party seller, that's a little bit less in Skytech's hands. It's kind of out of their hands. Okay, that's why I always recommend buying directly from Skytech's own website. And if that's the case, hey, a seller on Amazon scammed me, or a seller on Newegg scammed me. Be clear about that, okay? But if it's true that they did, I'd like to know about it. So here's what you need to do. You would then need to go to our Discord, go to the SI Testimonials group of channels, and go to the Skytech channel, share your story, and don't just say words. If you have receipts, and I mean if you have some kind of email conversation where it shows that they did that, you can share it there, or you can email it to me. If you go to my about section on my YouTube channel, my business email is right there. Don't come and claim that something happened. You need to show it. Okay? Once you've done that, I'll be happy to help you out. Crash. Those are not fighting words. They're just words. No fighting. Thank you very much. Gonna work on PC. Thank you for your hospitality. No problem, Angry Wolves. Sailor X Skytech did me right, and customer service was always good to me. Yeah, their customer service is up there. It's very good. If it was like cyber power customer service, and again, the word scammed, you have to understand, the more you use a word, the less meaning it has. And people use the word scam way too frequently. I've only put it in like 2 videos. And it was where it was a company that said they were going to sell you a thing, took your money and gave you something different. And this happened to a lot of people, not just one person. That's another thing, is I need to see that it's not just one person claiming something, but that it's a lot of people corroborating something. Okay? Anyway, back to work here. We're doing a white build. I'm sorry that we can't really choose the motherboard, because I would find a motherboard that would fit that theme better. But that's what helps us get these really high performance components. But we can get a white case, that's for sure, and a white cooler. That's going to make more of a difference. Anyway, let's go here and choose the color. White. Sorry about the tirade, everybody. I know, like, the people over at SkyTech work their butts off. Here's the fun thing. I don't know if you guys ever watch YouTube Shorts very often. I know Zach does. He does TikTok as well, and Instagram Reels and stuff like that. But he did a short form video. He did a short about a SkyTech PC on Amazon, and he was saying all this stuff about it. And then the comments on that one were everybody coming up saying, "Dude, SkyTech is great. What the hell? What is this? Like, you're better than this, man." And then SkyTech did a follow-up, a response to that was so level-headed and just saying, like, "Dude, Zach, we love your content, man, but let me explain to you why this is such a popular PC and why we made it this." Because he was talking about the #1 selling PC on Amazon, which is, by the way, is a SkyTech PC, and he didn't like the way it was spec'd out, but it's what people wanted. And SkyTech then takes care of those customers. That's all that matters. That is all that matters. Is I do encourage companies to improve their initial specs, their default specs, things like that. But if you get a PC that's not 100% optimized, if you're happy with it, who freaking cares? I am OCD about that, but you don't have to be. What matters more is that that thing you're going to be using for years is taken care of, not just by you, but by the company that sold it to you. And SkyTech does that. So, anyway. We got the Chun-Li Cooler Master TD500. Wait, that's $56? What? How is this $56? The TD500 comes with 4 RGB fans. This has custom graphics on it. How is it $56? Is it open box? It's not even open box. What the heck? That's crazy. Oh, it's $14.12 off right now. That's insane. I don't want to take a better look at this. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. I mean, you need like Street Fighter, you need like Chun-Li. But that's a great value right there. I think that looks sick, okay? That looks really good. Anyways, whatever. I did get sidetracked. And that's a great price. Coming with 4 RGB fans, and the Cooler Master TD500 Mesh is a nice case. It's not a typo. I don't think it'd be a typo. Maybe it is, but guess what? You can still buy it, so that's what matters. Anyway, I need to help you find a case here. Lancool 205 would be good here. The Montec Sky 2. Let me ask you this. Luis, what kind of style of case do you like? Do you like this one? Do you like the way this one looks here? I mean, what style are you looking for? Do you want just the mesh front panel? Do you want the glass front and glass side, all that stuff? Do you like RGB? Give me a little bit of info on what you're looking for. The Sky 2 is very nice, though. Yeah, Deathly Nightshade. I don't know what's going on with that. That's crazy. Montec X3 with 6 fans, I think. I mean, sure, but glass front only. That's why I ask. So now I know. I think this is a great choice. If you get an AIO, and there are some really well-priced ones here, we're gonna probably pick the Montec one. Then you have all the fans in your case. There you go. Like the X3, you don't need to necessarily have fans in the top unless you're going air cooling, and then sometimes having fans in the top is detrimental to air cooling. At least all of them. Maybe just like the back 2 or the back 1. We'll go ahead and pick this one right here. Okay, this decky, let me address this really quick. And just to give you guys context, here's what they said afterwards. Sorry, didn't really mean that, but I bought an $850 PC from Amazon under the brand of Skytech Gaming. We bought it in May. It said it would come June 3rd through 24th. Okay, so that's a long time for Amazon. Then it never came. We tried, but you got your money back. You're trying to find a PC again. Okay. That sounds like a reseller or something. Whenever you're looking through Amazon, you can see who's selling it. You look at you see who it's sold and shipped by. If it says Amazon, you're probably fine. But the thing is, I've bought something from Amazon. I bought a Rodecaster Duo. It never showed up. I was like, must have been a shipping problem. I got my money back and I moved on with my life because shipping stuff is crazy. It's crazy how much stuff gets shipped every day. I want you to take something from this, okay? When stuff like that happens, you need to think about the stuff you say, because you took that. Once a PC, like generally Amazon will buy these systems, store them, and sell them themselves from their warehouse, okay? That's how Gamers Nexus got such an old GPU in a system from iBuyPower, because it was not from iBuyPower, it was from Amazon. Amazon had bought a bunch of these way back and still had them, so they were gonna, of course, still sell them. So Skytech kind of had nothing to do with that. But the first, what you said there was like, Skytech scammed me. That is actually, that is a falsehood. You're unintentionally lying to everybody in chat, and you shouldn't do that. You should think that's an upsetting situation, and that sucks that happened to you. But if you're looking for help to find a different PC, maybe you liked that Skytech one. That's why I say buy directly from the SI. If you follow my content, you'll hear me say that all the time. You don't see me cover Amazon, Best Buy, Newegg, none of that. I cover the system integrators themselves, and you can buy directly from them. So if you want help, fill out the form that's linked in the description. Put in all your info, and when your turn comes up, I can help you out. Okay, but please don't and that's for everybody else. Everybody else take a lesson from this. In your other interactions, most of y'all don't do this, so I haven't really had to bring this up, but just those words, you get upset about something and you want to use those words and you want to talk about, you want to be angry, right? Stuff happens. You need to be choosy where you choose to spend your money, how you choose to spend your money, who you choose to give it to, and go through reliable means only, reliable channels only, okay? I don't buy from third-party sellers unless it's something that's not a huge, it's not a big loss. Like I bought a few camera rigging parts from a third-party seller, stuff like that. That's not that bad. But a whole PC, you ain't gonna catch me doing that. I'm talking about through Amazon, Newegg, or I'm not talking about like Jawa.gg. Jawa is designed to protect you when you're buying from someone who is a builder or who's selling used parts. You're safe to buy from Jawa, and there are some amazing builders on there. I'm talking about the gigantic third-party sellers like Amazon, Newegg, and Best Buy. Just to be clear. Anyway. I'm taking a long time with this build because I keep getting sidetracked. We're at $11.99. We need a power supply and a CPU cooler. $850 should do it, and it should be more than enough on this with the 7900 GRE. Let's narrow it down by disabling this. This is a good one right here, but you don't need... Well, yeah. All right. Okay. All right, they've got it. Nice. There we go. Now you have a matching Montec cooler for that case. The fans don't look exactly alike, but they're facing down from the top. You don't really see them dead on like that well when it's at that angle, so that should be okay. Now we're going to check something else. Let's take a look here. Alrighty, found you a... They have one in stock. They have one white RX 7900 GRE. Hopefully they still have it in stock when you make your purchase. And that'll just look nicer in your system. And it's a... Yeah, there we go. And there's still a little room in the budget for you. Now, what happens if we do this? If I change the motherboard, will it... put this at, because you can bundle just the CPU and RAM, I think. Let's find out. Hold on. What is this costing right now for the motherboard? It is costing... that's going to be hard to beat. But we have $75 to play with. So... that's more than $75. Well, let's try this. No, it's not more than $75. This might work. If it doesn't unbundle everything. Hey, there you go. Oh, that's going to be sick. Look at that. We got you a gorgeous motherboard for that white build. A white GPU, the case, and the cooler. All are going to match beautifully. And, yeah. There you go. There's your build. Now, for Windows, you don't need to buy a copy of Windows from Micro Center. All you have to do is go to Microsoft's website and download the Windows Media Creation tool to install Windows 11. Choose Windows 11 Home or Pro, whichever you prefer, but usually Home is fine for most people, Windows 11 Home. And then get an OEM key for it from my YouTube sponsor, VIP CDK Deals. You can find links to that in the description of the video I posted yesterday. And instead of costing $120 to $200, it's going to be like 20 bucks. I've even got that coupon code that helps make it even cheaper. So there you go. There's your build. And what you need to do, click this link right here. One second. Click that link right there. And then what you need to do is this, okay? Right here, You'll go to save, hover over that, and then save this build. And it'll probably ask you to create a Micro Center account. Please do that, and do that as soon as you can in case another Micro Center build comes up. If I have to do another Micro Center build tonight, this one will be deleted. So just letting you know. This is a monster build for the price, absolutely. You got to remember two things. They're getting all of this out of Micro Center, where they have amazing bundle pricing right now. We're getting the 7800X3D for $225. And they're building it themselves. So they're paying less for the parts and not paying any build fees. They're not getting a warranty on this. And you do DIY, you are the warranty, other than parts warranties from the manufacturers. So that's gonna mean you get more performance per dollar, of course. Crash, I do not like stinky tofu, but thanks. I honestly, I can't say that. I've never tried it, but based on the smell, it's like a biological weapon. I can't handle it. What's up, Initializing? How you doing? Kind of an ironic name because you can't trust the Jawas in Star Wars. I don't know. I think they've been tragically misrepresented. They seem like so happy and peppy. Well, not that. Am I thinking about the Jawas, or am I thinking about their? Oh my God, it's been so long since I've seen Star Wars. Yeah, sure. That's what I mean. Yeah. Saved it. Thank you. You're good. Looks clean. Wait, were you using the Sky 2 non-GX? Yeah, I'm using the Sky 2 non-GX. What is the great sin in that? What did I do wrong? Is that the new one from them? Because I didn't see a picture of it. They might not have populated the picture yet, but that also might be why it's $89.99. I don't know how much the GX is. I should really have visited. Well, they do have, it's the same price. They do have one GX. I guess here's the thing. When I choose a case, especially when it's going to be a DIY build, and here's the thing, Luis, don't go off my recommendation specifically. Look at the cases on site when you're there, okay? Take a look at what they have there. But yeah, no, I mean, there is one GX in stock, and there's 3 of these. So I don't know what the case is going to be, literally. Just check it out while you're there. The whole case department, they have the cases out of the boxes. You can check them out, look at the build quality, look at the aesthetics, the sizing of it, see which one you prefer, and go with that. But Rutu, yeah, I do like Japanese food. Jawas keep all PC parts in the sandcrawler. That's probably the problem with all these Intel CPU issues. Remove the restraining bolts. Oh man. Makes sense. Patience and attention to detail for 4 hours or less, I'm told. Still never assembled a PC. Good luck for sure. But yeah, I wish I'd visited Montech while I was at Computex. There were a few places that, because I was mostly filming videos for like the big, motherboard manufacturers or something. That's something I was really excited about. And companies I hadn't really had contact with. Of course, I haven't had contact with Montech directly, but I was mostly going to companies that I have had contact with and stuff, but stopping by a few that I hadn't and establishing that contact. Montech just wasn't like because they do cases and coolers and stuff. I was covering so much of that already, and I was like, I want to see their stuff, but it just flies by. Those events fly by in an instant. It's crazy. Anyway, but that's your build. There you go. My God, I started half an hour late, so it feels like forever, and I've only done one, but that's okay. We'll keep going. Next person is going to be, unless someone else has arrived who submitted their form earlier, and they just haven't told me that they're here, which you do have to do that. You have to let me know you're on the list. Next one's going to be C91099. And looks like they're interested in Alexander PC. for gaming coding / game design. Okay. I have once chipped fan blades off of 2070 Super in my own dusting without finesse and replaced the fan for about $10. It is great to be able to do that. That's one reason I'm so interested in that one XFX GPU. I want to check that thing out because it makes replacing fans look like a breeze. Haha. Get it? You get it? All right. Authentic ramen noodles god tier. Sorry, I prefer udon noodles. They are superior to ramen noodles. Have ramen, and if it's a ramen place that allows you to sub for udon noodles, you got to do it. You got to try it. No, I don't get it. Replacing fans, a breeze. It's a breeze, like moving air. Okay, so C9, here's what we'll do. You're looking to run 1080p. What's your actual max budget for your system? And you're looking to do coding and game design as well. Any specifics on that? What are we looking at there? Because if you're trying to do if you're trying to do Unreal Engine and you want to be able to really crank through the ray tracing, you're going to need a good NVIDIA GPU probably for that. 2250? Cool. Godot? Okay, Godot can be easier to run from what I hear, so. It's weird. I like glass noodles. I don't have a lot of experience eating glass noodles. It's not something that's prevalent in my area, even at different kinds of Asian restaurants, or at least I've never tried it. I probably should. But they don't look as appetizing to me. Is that weird? I don't know. So guys, I want to remind you of something, okay? We just did a pretty insanely powerful 1440p gaming machine for less than $1,500 at Micro Center. That is a DIY build, and that is Micro Center with bundle pricing. If we go to a boutique builder, we're going basically night and day here. There are myriad benefits to going with a boutique builder, and that does cost something, costs money. They're building it for you. Alexander PCs has a lifetime warranty. They throw in, cable extensions in the color of your choice. Shipping is included. It really is, but that takes away from the amount of money that goes towards your parts. Remember, this person, Luis, doesn't even need to get things shipped because they're all going to be purchased on site. So there's no shipping involved, just taxes. So in this case, yeah, it's going to be less impressive in the specs, but it's going to be professional build quality, boutique build quality. It's built by one person, start to finish. All that stuff they can even request to watch it being built live on stream. It really is the whole package. But what we can do is we can. Oh wait, let me check something real quick. Yes, you do want to be able to upgrade your CPU over time. We can look through their already configured systems, but my favorite thing to do now is use their configurators because they're really, really good. Road to Vostok runs at 4K native 120 FPS on my RTX 3080. It's built in Godot. Oh, Godot is easy to run. I've been playing with it, and it runs on pretty much anything. That's what I hear. Yeah, I heard Thor talking about that. Not necessarily one of those it runs on a toaster kind of situations, but close enough. Let's go ahead and see what we can do in the AMD configurator, because you said yes, you want to be able to upgrade your CPU over time. It's probably a 7700X. I don't know why he has it set to automatically put a second NV2 in there. I have no idea. Oh, I got stuff I want to show you guys in a bit that I'm really excited about. And I didn't buy this stuff. This was sent to me, thankfully. Very thankful. It was very helpful. We'll go with a 2 terabyte KC3000 in here. Might need to bring that down if you're not happy with the GPU that you get. But we can go with a Founders Edition 4070 Super. They don't have those. Okay, then the MSI one. Remember, you do get $50 off with my coupon code. And they wanted a black build. Okay. Yeah, this can run a 7700X, but what... Oh, that's an M. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want MATX. We're on an MATX case. So we'll switch to... Not the Pop Air Mini. We don't want a mini case. All right, I'll have to reconfigure this a bit. B650 Tomahawk Wi-Fi should do the job nicely. $2250 was our budget. Peerless Assassin. Don't sleep on the Peerless Assassin. It's a great CPU cooler. Now, that is an $80 difference. Now, that's not going to get us up a step in the GPU, but we're talking about 1080p, and this is a 4070 Super that's well set up to do 1440p. Yeah, Doc, I've gone over that a few times. There's a methodology I have, which is like many engineers will understand this. Don't build to the exact minimum that you need. Overbuild and you won't stress your parts as much, right? So if you have, if it's estimated, recommended that you have for your GPU to have a 750 watt power supply, and you get a 750 watt power supply. You're going to, ostensibly, you're going to frequently bump up against what the maximum that PSU can handle. That's not great for the longevity. It's better to overbuild. Crash when it be between a high volume seller like Skytech and a boutique builder like Alexander PCs. The price to performance, if that's the only comparison you're making, is not going to be fair, because you have to remember, you get a 1-year warranty from Skytech. You get a lifetime warranty from Alexander PCs. Put a price amount on that. Put a value on that. Well, it's kind of impossible to know. It's going to be different for every single PC. House is a little bit warm. Okay, well, we can put in a liquid cooler. No problem. Oh, this can only handle 240s. Ah, the 216 is actually cheaper. That's nice. I prefer that case. T16 can handle 360s. That's going to put us over budget. That is going to put us over budget. We can still go with a 240. And we might have to bring it down to a 1 terabyte drive, or you can have a 2 terabyte drive that is a little bit slower, or a lot a bit slower, but still good. That brings us under budget immediately. You have 32 gigs of DDR5 6000. This is a great case. I love the 216. Now we can actually go with the 360 millimeter AIO. And with my coupon code, it is still under budget. Because it's much harder to upgrade your CPU cooler than it is to just add storage. And adding storage is, as it sounds, additive rather than replacing something. It's better to spend the initial money a little bit more on your cooler than on your storage. Storage is one of the easiest upgrades you can make. Adding storage can be a matter of like 10 minutes. Dackled, what I need you to do is this. This is a form that this thing that just popped up right before you said that. I need you to fill out that, click that link, fill out that form, because there's people waiting in line for help right now. And you don't want to cut that line. Most people who hang out in the chat don't generally appreciate when someone does that. So that'd be my recommendation. Fill out that form. If you're new here, you wouldn't have known about that. So it's really no problem, but that's how that works. Is this balanced though? Yeah, a 7700X and a 4070 Super, I would say, is really well balanced. And what bothers me, I'm going to talk about this real quick, because you got to understand the position that I'm in. When my job is to tell people how to spend their hard-earned money, or suggest how they spend it, it's a nerve-wracking job. There's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of pressure if you take it seriously, and I do. The Intel thing bothers me more and more every day. Every day that goes by, I'm just like, Intel, come on, man. Are you serious? Still no idea why your CPUs are failing. Really. I've helped people get Intel CPUs. Right now, for this build, for coding/game design, Intel would probably be, at this moment, a better option. You get more cores, and cores help with compiling code. Depending on the application that you're using. But I can't, in good conscience, suggest even non-K Intel CPUs are starting to have failures. Dr. Ian Cuttress was speculating that, hey, this could be because of the retention bracket, putting so much pressure on the center of the GPU like that, of the CPU like that, on the sides of it. If the ground pins aren't making great contact, you could be straining your CPU, especially the more voltage you put through it. Supposedly, with the next gen, with Z890, there's less pressure and it should be more evenly spread, supposedly. It looks the same, but who knows? I know I was so disappointed by it. Yeah. So what you're getting with this is the 7700X going to be your best choice for coding and game design. It's a good choice for gaming. 7800X 3D would be better, but here's what you might want to hold off on. C9, okay? On the 31st, I'm going to be getting a system from an SI that has a 9700X in it. They're also sending along a 7700X for comparative testing. And I already have a 7800X 3D to throw into the mix. And I'm going to be testing all of those on the 31st, which is a launch day for 9000 series Ryzen. That's the 31st of this. That's like 13 days away. If it's worth it for you to wait for that, I would suggest you do. Now, does that mean that every system integrator is going to have 9000 series Ryzen right out of the gate? No. Only specific ones are. And that might not be Alexander PCs. Because AMD, bless their hearts, they're not great about, and it's not because of like, oh, the rep there is bad that deals with SIs. No, she's amazing. But it's their supply to how should I say this? Intel blankets system integrators. They just shower them with product. AMD doesn't quite approach it that way. It's not evenly spread amongst all system integrators. And that sucks. But I don't know if AMD can do that. Supply for the 9000 series Ryzen CPUs is supposed to be very good. But it might mean after I test those, if we find out, oh, yo, the 9700X versus the 7700X, there's a 40% improvement. You might have wished you'd waited a little bit. You might wish that. I mean, OMG, yes, bless their hearts. I am a Texan. The words like that are they're just there. We have them at the ready. Anyway, this is probably the most Texas shirt I've ever worn. It's usually some, geeky shirt, which I'm totally cool with, but yeah. It's as if they don't send anything to distribution for SIs. It's not that they don't send anything. It's that it's uneven. There's a lot of SIs that just are under the radar for AMD. And it's, I want to help with that. And I've tried to. But there's only so much that the infrastructure works differently there than it does with Intel. And that's just me talking from the outside of things. So what you'll see during keynotes, they'll talk about specific partners that they have that they're working with. Like when AMD Advantage for Desktop came out, they had like Zydax up there and Falcon Northwest and certain SIs there. And I'm not even getting to that thing because anyway, but that's how they do it. And that's fine. But amazing boutique builders like Alexander PCs they don't get the attention they deserve. Then again, on the other hand, they might have all of it. Just realized that's a Bucky's shirt. Revo is a good option always. I've been researching for my own dedicated gaming PC, and it's been a nightmare. Got to do it because I have a limited budget. Well, AB2, I hope you filled out a form. Did you say that you did? No, I don't see that you did. Now, remember, guys, I am reminding you that this goes to all of y'all. Because of everything going on with Intel, I can't in good conscience recommend an Intel system. Well, there are going to be some caveats. There's going to be some exceptions. i5s seem to be mostly okay. It's just what I would recommend essentially is putting in the retention plate, the retention bracket, basically. That, and also I haven't had any issues since I did my BIOS update. That I did on Tuesday morning. Is that the gas stations? Basically, if you can call something that's nearly the size of a small Walmart a gas station, that has really good barbecue, really good food, lots of tchotchkes, all kinds of stuff. It's an amazing place. I'd rather wait with it than jumping the gun and regretting it later. What I can do for you, C9, is I can give you this build here as a template, and all you got to do is swap out the CPU once it's available from Alexander. You can even send them the build, like say, hey, I want to buy this, but with a 9700X. Like you just talk to TJ. Like send an email to admin@alexanderpcs.com. He loves talking to people. He's such a cool dude. But I'm going to give you this link, all right? And this is going to be the base of the system here. All I got to do is swap the CPU. There you go. So essentially, it's foundationally good for electronic parts to have a bit more wattage available than it needs, and good for the PSU to gate down modularly. I get that, but didn't know it. Thank you, bro. No problem. It's just as you go up in wattage, if it's a good power supply, it has the things in place that it needs to handle the nominal wattage, right? But you don't like that's how power supplies work. They don't continuously cram the nominal wattage into the system. It's drawn by the system as it needs. So you could basically you should be running anywhere from 50% or below when it comes to how much, like 50% load on there. But whenever it's going to spike, if you have a really active GPU, it might go up to 75%, 80%. It's rare that you'll ever hit 100%, but you want to stay farther away from that if you can and have that headroom. Plus, one of the main points of having a PC is the fact that you don't have to, but you can upgrade it in the future if you want. And goodness knows, NVIDIA ain't shy about demanding more wattage. And to be clear, AMD Radeon GPUs are not shy about it either. They're not nearly as much developed for efficiency as the CPUs are. Doc, more PSU capacity means greater resistance to sudden power draws and more capacity upgrade. Rule of thumb is 50% more than you think you need. I don't know. I wouldn't go 50% more. 50% is a lot. 50% is a lot. Generally, about a quarter to a third, maybe. Yeah. But generally, I like to have 150 watts extra usually. But it doesn't hurt to overdo it on the power supply. Like, even more than that. It's not... What I'm saying is, it could be considered a waste of money. Until it's not anymore. It's also one of the longest lasting parts in your PC. And generally with the longest parts warranty out of any component. Seasonic power supplies have a 10-year warranty. 10 years! So, when you buy a power supply, buy it with that in mind. That's why this one, it's a 4070 Super. What is the recommended... Well, just according to Google's AI overview, 650 watts. I put 850 in there. That's more than enough. Way more than enough. 850 is the minimum recommended power supply for a 4090 system. I would not put an 850 watt power supply in a 4090 system. I just wouldn't do that. But you could put later on something like the 5070. And it's not going to go up 200 watts in power draw. That would be, wow. Well, yeah, you can absolutely do what Anton says and go double, not double, but you can go 50% higher than what is recommended. It's not going to hurt anything other than your wallet. Can't participate in this thing you're doing, but I like watching it since it's entertaining. Plus, I can learn a thing or two about something. Oh, okay. Can't participate. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Next person. We're going to go ahead and call this one good. Oh, I didn't mark this one green. I should have done that. Confused me for a moment. Okay. Let me copy this over to the history list here. Bam. Your history, C9. Okay. Largemouth bass. It is your turn. I think 50% is supposedly meant to be like CPU plus GPU combo watt and multiplied by 1.5. That makes more sense, yeah. Intense eyebrow dance. That's what it says there. Look, I'm a born entertainer, all right? Of course, I gotta. I'd say bring it to 2,500, 2,750 budget-wise. Okay, that's a big jump. You filled this out today. Should I do the thing? Is that for that? Should I do the thing? Okay, that makes sense on all the pre-builds I am familiar with. Swapping out a PSU can be a pain. Again, when you're first speccing out your system, there's only a few things that you can be additive with, right? And like, it's not even, RAM isn't even one of them anymore, because 4 sticks of DDR5 is kind of sketch still at this point. So when you're upgrading your RAM, you're swapping out DDR5 with another kit. Storage at this point is pretty much one of the, and maybe fans if you don't have enough in your system at the onset. Most of the upgrades you'll do in a PC are replacement. You can't add more CPU, you can't add more GPU, you'll be replacing it. So even though I have like my standards when it comes to storage, generally I will say if it's $2,000 or more, it should have 2 terabytes of storage as kind of a default. But those are more for pre-spec systems. That's why in this other one I did that was more than $2,000. I was like, hey, in order to do this, we'll need to drop the storage a bit, because that's one of the easiest things to add more to. And that reminds me, well, here, I'm going to switch over to this view. Let me grab something real quick. Let me drop it too. Why not? So we're almost ready to move forward with the 12-core Threadripper build. Yeah, 12-core Threadripper. For those who aren't aware of that, I visited the PC World Studio when I was coming back from Computex. I spent a couple days in San Francisco on the way back, and I was on the Full Nerd, and we made a video there. So it was so much fun. But also, we're getting rid of some stuff, and they had an unopened 2920X, which is 2000 series Threadripper, which is pretty old at this point, but it's still fine. And it's 12 core, 24 thread, which, wait, Threadripper 12 core? Yeah, they had that. And, but it has 64 PCIe Gen 3 lanes, 64. So for a streaming system or for lots of storage or something like that, it's still viable. And it was brand new, unopened, sealed in the box. And they gave me a motherboard too. I was like, yes. They were just doing spring cleaning, getting rid of stuff. But the thing is, I don't have a lot of DDR4 lying around anymore, nor would I just want to grab random DDR4 for Threadripper. You have quad channel memory, and it can fully utilize ECC memory. So I talked to my buddy at Kingston, and they came through. Not just with RAM, okay? But we'll start with the RAM. This is 64 gigs of ECC, registered ECC DDR4 3200. ECC stands for error correcting code. DDR5 has a version of that kind of built into it, but then there's still actually fully registered ECC DDR5, which is different. This is server memory. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that is super stable. So for streaming, awesome. For video editing, awesome, but I wouldn't use the 2920X for video editing. But yeah, 64 gigs of this. And I've got 4 of them, so we go full quad channel. It's going to be shockingly good, I imagine. And then I was like, you know, I want to put a lot of storage in this thing. What have y'all got? Wait, where's the other? There was supposed to be one more drive. Did they not send it? They might not have sent it. But okay. Where? I'll have to look through the box. I might have left it in there, I guess. I don't know. So there was supposed to be a server boot drive in there, which is like super stable, not super fast, but like reliable, stable, low power usage, all that stuff. And that's great for your OS and all that stuff. But then they also sent me a 2 terabyte KC3000, which is a very, very reliable, 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read and write speeds, though this won't be able to use that because it's PCIe Gen 3 on the motherboard and this is Gen 4. But still, it'll default down to Gen 3. It's, backwards compatible like that. And then they sent me this guy. What the heck is this? DC600M SATA SSD, 1.92 terabytes. What's the deal with this? This is a server grade SATA SSD. This thing has, amongst other features, this thing has capacitors in it that you can pull the plug on your system and not lose a byte of memory, of storage, of anything that you're writing to it or have written to it. It's heavy for a SATA drive. You could drive a truck over this thing and it's going to be fine. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, they sent this over too. So I'm going to use the system as a streaming system. Yes. So it's going to be able, with 64 lanes of PCIe Gen 3. I can have multiple capture cards. I can have all kinds of IO. The motherboard comes with a 10 gigabit Ethernet PCIe card, so I can have that for local network. It's crazy. It's going to be a crazy system. I'm going to build it on stream really soon, and I was hoping to get the new Enthu case from Fantex, but that's not coming out till like Q4. I got real excited about it at Computex, but I'm probably going to end up using one of the deep cool cases that I have, and it's going to be weird, but I'm going to do that. Just hope that things work out with the deep cool thing soon, because I miss working with those guys on stuff. So just wanted to show you all that stuff before we move on, and that's what we're going to do. Couldn't sleep well, that's why I filled it out so early. No problem. Crash sparkling water is pretty much all I drink. Latif Mad Money, how are CLX PCs? They're good. As is written in the book of the Subgenius, too much is always better than not enough. The book of the Subgenius. Sounds interesting. Will the system be Windows or Linux? It's going to be Windows. What I have experience with. I messed with Linux for a little while in college. I never took to it. And that's a failing on my part. Trust me, every time I'm talking to the guys, like when I was talking to the guys at LTX, to the Jeffs, Craft Computing and Jeff Geerling, all that. Well, I was like, I like what you guys do, and it's fascinating to me, but I don't do it myself. I don't do home lab. I just never got into it. That when it came to being an IT admin, I didn't bring that work home with me. Can I ask for a suggestion regarding the PC I have currently? You can do that here or in the Discord, but what I'm doing here is I am doing a PC matchmaking. As it says in the title of the stream, I'm helping people find PCs that they don't already have. Bass, we're going to go ahead and get started with yours. Sorry about that distraction. Let me turn the music back down a bit because it's not really, it's actually at a fine level. But okay. So you said 20 max. We go by maximum budgets here. So $2,750. Don't give me a range. Don't make me choose. Just give me your maximum and we'll go with that. And you're looking to do gaming / racing sim, flight sim. Gaming and racing sim / flight sim. Okay. Now you are aware of what I've been talking about this whole time about 9000 series Ryzen processors being about 13 days from launch right now. You're aware of that, right? And you don't want to wait for that? Was looking at NZXT, but any company works. Okay, you can if you're set on NZXT, I'll keep that in mind. If you're not, I don't have a coupon. I can't save you money there. I can't save you more money there. So we have a long list of companies where we have that, and I default to those. Yeah, Sailor. I wish I was more comfortable with Linux, and I have used it in different applications. In different, I mean, I've used it in different use cases before. It's just not my go-to. You know, I think I have like. I think I have a copy and a license for Windows Server 2012 around somewhere. That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. That would be hilarious, I think, actually. But I don't think OBS runs on that. So, yeah, no thank you. I'm willing to wait since I would want to upgrade. Yeah, because it's going to shake things up, if we find something for you right now, because you're looking for a pre-built... if we find something for you right now, either that might not be that, you know, that SKU might not be available in that spec anymore. Wherever we go to, it might not be a viable option anymore. Prices could go up or down. We don't know. But that's why I ask. If you're like, you know what, I want to wait, then you stay on the list, and then after the 31st, you come back and we do the thing. And you'll be, when I'm looking like down here at people who submitted around, you know, after that time, it's like, oh, largemouth bass is back. Cool. All right, you're first tonight. Let's go. So there you go. Whenever you come in, if you submitted your form way earlier, you're the next person, basically. Is there anybody else who submitted their form and also wants to wait the 13 days to start seeing reviews on 9700X, 9950X, 9900X, all those CPUs coming out? If you want to wait on that, I totally understand, and that's why I asked that question. I'm going to tell y'all something right now, okay? To be clear. Okay, one sec. I've never made it some kind of secret that when you use a coupon code, it supports what I do. What does that mean? It's obvious what that means. It means you save money, and it also means that there's like a referral for me. The reason I don't do it with just one company is because I don't ever want to risk myself being biased towards one company because of that. In fact, every time I do a Micro Center build, there is zero referral for me. Oh, well, whatever. If it's best for you, that's what we do. Dropping bars right now. So what does it mean when I say, like, hey, do you want to wait? It means, like, I don't get anything out of that. It's probably better for you. If you decide that you don't care, and that's perfectly valid if you don't care about that. If you're not the type of person that would be bothered by that at all, okay. There are people who are like, yeah, I just bought this. The newer thing came out. I don't care. This works great for me. That's all I care about. Okay. There are already great deals on Ryzen 7000 series. And I thought about it, but maybe waiting wouldn't make a difference for me. True. And you save money and we get more Braithorn. True, Crash. There have been times when, you know, during a recession, a PC is a luxury, right? A gaming PC can be a luxury, and not many people were using coupon codes, things like that. And I was like, I think I need to like get a job. I don't think I can do this full time anymore. You guys help me do this full time. And that's scary because this is a dream job for me. But I also don't want to be homeless because then I can't do content, can I? I have no internet. I have nowhere to put my setup and film stuff. NJ Gaming. Is Ryzen 5 3600 and RX 6700 XT compatible? Yes, they're compatible. Will the CPU bottleneck the system with that? Bottleneck. Bottleneck has become just as misused as the words future-proof. Okay, yes, it might be the weak link a little bit in the system, But I don't know if you're gaming at 1080p or 1440p. If you're gaming at 1440p, it's probably fine. If you're gaming at 1080p, yeah, it's slowing you down a bit. But I don't know that because you didn't tell me. So the answer is yes and no. But yeah, that's what happens whenever I'm asking, like, I'm not constantly barraging you guys with this question because it's good for me. It's probably bad for me after enough of it, you know? But this is a responsibility I take very, very seriously, and it's my job to let you know, hey, you probably want to wait for this. Also, I know people in the industry, and their jobs directly depend on making sales. And I'm out here telling people, don't buy from anybody right now. Wait, that's not good for them. Because then they're left holding on to older hardware. I feel badly about that, but what's going to happen is they'll discount it and get rid of it. And that can be good for you guys. So is that fair to someone who's like, they dreamed of building PCs for a living and they built up a company and they built it from the ground up with just elbow grease and determination and good work ethic, and then stuff like this happens? Upgrade cycles are tough on system integrators, especially boutique builders. But like, I have a responsibility to y'all, to consumers. If there are two parties involved in something and one party is less informed than the other, and in this case, that is by and large the consumer side, that's the side I have a responsibility to. System integrators understand what they're getting into when they get into it, usually, or at least they learn and they eventually understand what they're dealing with. It really is like being 1 foot in the industry and 1 foot in the consumer side is it sometimes that separates, and I'm just there like Van Damme in Bloodsport, just like trying to keep it together. But I will always default to, of course, focusing on y'all, because it's scary to spend that much money on anything in a recession, even if it's not a recession. It doesn't matter. Money is money. Any budget, whatever the budget is, if you have a budget of $850 or if you have a budget of $5,000, that's probably a lot of money to you. It doesn't matter what it is, and it deserves the same amount of attention from me. 1080p streaming and game-wise, I wouldn't stream on a look at a 5800X 3D as an upgrade if you can find one. That would be basically maxing out what you can have in that system. Probably going to require a BIOS update on that motherboard. That's for NJ Gaming. If 9600X is not faster than 7800X 3D, or at least some come close to it, I'm going to lose my mind? What do you mean lose your mind? It doesn't have 3D V cache. That will always be an unfair advantage between those two for the 3D V cache chip. And also, if you just say faster, what does that even mean? Faster in gaming? Because that's all the 3D V cache chips are really good for. Doc Illa, thank you for the $5 super chat. I respect a lot the amount of teaching you do during these, especially the basics. Most pre-built buyers don't have exposure to any basics. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, but more than that, I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you very much. Bray, would you be willing to give your opinion on my specs sometimes? Of course. NJ Gaming, no problem. AB2, regardless of that, it's not a fair comparison because you're talking about a 6-core versus an 8-core CPU. Also, if you're talking about, like, it depends on the use case. They're speculating that the 9700X, which is an 8-core CPU, like the 7800X 3D, that it's going to be 2% faster. But that's all we've been, like, told in speculation. 2% faster in what? In content creation? No, it should be much faster in content creation. In gaming? Cool, but it's going to be probably like double the price once prices drop on 7800X3D across the board. Is that 2% going to be worth double the price to you? It's not just about what's the fastest thing, because it's all good. All modern CPUs are insanely good. Y'all do not know how good you have it. And I don't want to sound old, okay? Go back to Bulldozer. Look, there's all kinds of... Compare first-gen Ryzen versus a 5800X 3D on the same number of pins, baby. It's crazy how good things are now. So don't say you'll lose your mind if a CPU with fewer cores is not faster than the fastest gaming CPU on the planet right now. The 9600X is their entry-level 9000 series CPU. It doesn't have to be better than the 7800X 3D. The 5800X 3D was better than any 7000 series processor when they came out. Any of them. And that was on DDR4. You need a history lesson, my friend. I'm trying to help out here. Do you remember the charts? There were charts from Intel, and I think AMD kind of did something similar, where they would show solid bars comparing 7000 series versus like 12th gen Intel or 13th gen Intel. And they would have a tiny line above everything else, and that was the 5800X 3D. They didn't want to talk about it. Even AMD didn't want to talk about how much better their own product was versus the new product stack. But just in gaming, because it's just 3D V-Cache only benefits you in gaming. That's all it's really good for. A 7800X 3D versus a 7700X will demolish the 7700X in gaming, but it sucks for content creation. The 7700X is better for content creation, for compiling code, for every other use case other than gaming. So if it matters that much to you, wait for the 3D V-Cache chips on 9000 series to come out. That's the only fair comparison. But on the 31st, if you care about that a lot, you need to be here on the 31st, because we're going to be comparing a 9700X versus a 7700X and a 7800X 3D. All in the same system. I'm going to swap them out to achieve parity, to get real comparisons. So if that really matters to you, be here. I'm even trying to see if I can finagle a giveaway or two of some kind of hardware. I don't think it can be 9000 series Ryzen. I'm sorry. I don't have that kind of stuff coming from AMD. But I'm going to have a 9700X system from iBuyPower here, and they are the ones sending they want me to do this comparison. So they're sending the 7700X, and I already have the 7800X 3D. We're going to find out. And if it's not, that's all three are 8-core processors. So that is a real comparison. That's what we're going to be doing. Sheesh, I've been out of the game too much. I'm out of touch. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. When I was young, there was darkness upon the void. Thank you for the keeping your membership going there, Anton. I appreciate you. Ark, why can't they release an X3D version at the same time? I'll be there on that vid, though. Well, it's going to be a live stream. I don't know what's going to happen. I'd like to get a couple of guests. That would be super cool. I got to reach out to some of my friends in the industry, see if they're willing to jump on a call while I'm doing this. That'd be so much fun. And we'll see if we can do that. I think that would just be neat. Just get them in a Discord call for a while I'm working on that, running benchmarks or whatever. I think that'd be cool. Blondie, what's going on? How's it going? Let's find out together. Good evening, all. How are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm excited. I'm excited about 9000 series Ryzen. It's going to be... we've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for this for so long. Crash, you're asking if I like sparkling water. That's what this thing's filled with. I have a soda stream, and I swear by that thing. It is great. Okay. Now, I got to get back to this. let's take a look at this real quick, okay? So largemouth bass, I'm going to go ahead and reset this for you so you can come on back after that and hang out for that stream, see what the results actually are. Mad Money, I think, was here but didn't sound off and say, hey, I'm on the list. I don't know if they're still here. But also, Pop Culture Principle. What did you think about my question about whether you want to wait for 9000 series Ryzen in 13 days or so for the news to come out about that, numbers and all that? Do you want to wait on that, or do you want to go ahead and get your system now? We can do that now if you want. Same, so excited. Yeah, how's Roby feeling about that? I mean, I'm sure he's got all the information. I need to check in with him. I haven't talked to him in forever. I haven't talked to him since, and even at Computex, we barely got to hang out, which I was really sad about. It was such a... Computex was a blur. Like, I'm glad I filmed a bunch of stuff. It was a blur. Amazon leaked the 9600X AMD price of $475 Canadian. But what about real money? $346? Let's compare that to... launch price. That's $50 more than the launch price of the 7600X. Unless it's just more expensive in Canada, it could be $299 as well. It could end up being $299. I don't know. I need to find my soda stream. Love those things. It's great. How dare. What day will the live stream happen? It's going to be probably at... I'm aiming to stream earlier because it's going to be a long stream. I'm probably going to be ordering pizza on that one. But I'm looking at maybe 5 p.m. Central on the 31st. That's the launch day for 9000 series Ryzen. But I also might just do it like maybe at 3 p.m. Like streaming all afternoon into the evening into the night. I'm going to be tired. Gotta wait on official pricing. It might be lower. I know that there are times where AMD stuff can be pretty pricey in Canada because of distribution being sparse up there. Hard to say. I need to go and facilitate these meetings. Yes, please do. Chat, just tune in. Be sure you are following. Thank you, Blondie. Do I actually have follower only active on here? Let's click it just to see. Oh, I enabled it just now. Well, we'll disable it. There's one thing that I do, and it's where I generally will ask you guys, if I help you out, it's free. The only thing I ask is that you drop a free follow, or if you're watching on YouTube, that you subscribe. Well, YouTube, you have to subscribe in order to chat. But I took that requirement off of Twitch because of the rating aspect. I was getting rated. Like I had Zach raid, Roby rated a few times, and I was like, I'm tired of like being like, oh, hi Raiders, and having to go turn that off. When Raiders see follower only chat, they're like, oh, party's over, we're out of here. I'll give myself time to think, and then I'll either wait or not, but see you guys next week. All right, Bass, you got it. Yeah, I'm still going to be streaming on Tuesday. What I'm probably going to do Tuesday and Thursday of next week they might be 2 PC building streams. That's going to push me into getting this whole room ready by then. I've got some more decorating I'm going to be doing in here. It's going to be super cool. Like I'm really shaping this place up. It's starting to look really clean and nice. Like there's this whole shelf back here of just stuff. You can kind of see this side of it. I'm probably either going to put that in the closet I have here or get it out and just maybe do full green screen on the back wall there. I don't know if I want to do that because I kind of like having the decor, but that's for pre-built, rebuilt when I need to do that. Have a big, well-lit green screen behind me, that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. There's a lot to do here, but I have some really cool decorating stuff I'm going to be doing till then. So next Tuesday and Thursday are probably going to be 2 build streams. I thought that you said the raining aspect of it at first.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Gary, was that you? Pop Culture Principle wants to go ahead. We can do that. But this is likely the last PC matchmaking stream until the launch of Ryzen 9000. I mean, if I'm just going to be sitting here and most people are going to say they're going to wait, cool. But it's probably better to get those build streams out of the way. That's two of them. One of them is going to be the Threadripper stream, the Threadripper 2000 series Threadripper stream. The other one is a Corsair build kit that PC World gave me. So they're both going to be really fun. Might be best to keep the gigs separate gigs. It's because you guys aren't used to Tangia. You guys got to use it. You'll get used to it if you use it more. My PC will be 100% for PC VR, Steam VR. Max budget is $2,500. That is what you chose. Okay. Alrighty then. It's a Micro Center build. Let's do another one. Let's go. And it was which one? Fairfax? All right. And so it's going to be the 2500. You want a black build. It's going to be for 1440p, but you said it's pretty much PC VR. And okay. Yes, it was I. Well, thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. What's everyone playing this weekend? What are you guys playing this weekend? I want y'all to game in our Discord. It's not for that. I know it's not the reason for the Discord, but I'm sure there are better gaming Discords out there, but I don't know. Here's what I'll say. Perhaps if I saw people using the gaming voice channels, I might drop in there now and then. Maybe join a game or two. I don't know. If it's a game I have and play, maybe I would do that. Who knows? Cyberpunk, I gotta say, the expansion was so good. The DLC was so good, man. Jeez. Bro, don't tell me to play Rust, No Man's Sky, and First Descendant in your Discord. Yeah, I don't play any of those. Oops. I'm in an SI pre-built. So sorry. Let the roasting begin. Oh. Okay, because you said yes. Okay, just to clear this up, just so for other people filling this out, all right? If you go to the Micro Center question, there is an option just for this. Yes, but I don't want to get my PC there. Just saying. So why do I even ask what is the purpose of this? And let me just clear that up. This is I'm even skipping roasting because this is an important point. Love my SIs, these companies building PCs to get people into the PCMR, into PC gaming. And yeah, for some PC DIY, it's awesome. The best gateway for getting into it, okay? I'm not a super fan of the shipping industry. And the warranties you can get from SIs can be really good. But in order to use those, you often will need to pack up your PC, and hopefully just as well as it was packed up by the professionals when they shipped it to you. And then you got to ship it to them. And then they have to fix it and then ship it back to you. Get your PC from Micro Center, you drive it there. You strap it into your car, you drive over there, you're like, hey, fix it. And they're like, hey, okay. If you spend the extra on the warranty, you don't even need to pay anything for that. Unless there's some kind of, I don't know, you're just get it right. Your warranty repair was $50. Okay, cool. Instead of $300 or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, you can see the appeal. A day of downtime or a day or two of downtime instead of a week and a half or 2 weeks of downtime. That's why I bring that up. So if that is something that appeals to you, I don't care that there's no coupon code there. That's fine by me. Because you'll save enough to where it won't matter on your end. And for me, I'll know I helped you with the best option for you. But if you don't care about any of that, that's why I have this option that says, yes, but I don't want to get my PC there. If you want to get it from an SI, there are myriad benefits to that too. You don't have to pay extra to get a warranty. Shipping is usually free for ordering it anyway. And some options like SkyTech, they have shipping included as that in that 1-year warranty. Ooh, not just for the first 30 days, but just for the year. So that's why I'm not here telling you what's of value to you. That is up to you to determine. I'm here showing you, here's what your options are, and here's why, the benefits of one over the other, and yada, yada, yada. My favorite gaming studio is Bethesda. Oh, Exotic redeemed Hydrate. My bad, Exotic. I see you. Oh, OMG, I am now in the Nerd Geek Squad. I'm playing Super Mario Bros. Oh, okay. No, hold on. And Blondie, now you're in the Swarm. That's where the nerds hang out. Go ahead and refresh the streams. Oh, you joined the Discord. Okay. Look at that. 3-month badge. Star Trek Online, World of Warships, and The First Descendant. How am I missing on so many games? I rushed to fill the form. That's okay. Most people do, I think. I said Bethesda. I get it. Oh, you're welcome, Blondie. Now you have all 3. Power, wisdom, and courage. Okay, let's see. Looking at this, where should we go for a system? Well, you want to receive it after ordering. You can wait up to a month after ordering. All right, cool. So that means a fully custom system, totally an option. $2,500 for 1440p gaming. That's a pretty high budget for 1440p. All right. You're looking to order within 1 month. Oh, are you sure you don't want to wait for the launch of? Okay, never mind. I already talked about it enough. Where do we go? Let me see if SkyTech's come out with anything. Did you watch my video from yesterday, by the way? Did you see that? Because what I'm going to recommend is a system with a 7800X 3D, which, here's the thing, it's going to stay relevant even after 9000 series comes out. I'll be testing that live to verify that, but they're estimating a 2% performance increase between the 7800X 3D going up to the 9700X. But the 7800X 3D don't cost $450. So you got to decide for yourself whether that extra $150 or $200 extra to pay for the 9700X is worth that 2%, depending on the application, right? 7800X 3D is going to be the value king for a long time in my guesstimation, until 3D Vcache chips come out for 9000 series. Then it's not going to be the performance king, but it could still be the value king. Jackal Sap says Braithorn form sent. Hello, greetings. Throwing around those LGNs, Blondie. I remember I was looking at, like, what was it? There was one. It's under viewer rewards. Emotes. It tells me which are the emotes that are used most. And I can't see that right now. I don't remember where I see that. I think it's under analytics. I don't know, but I don't think it was the standard LGN that's used the most. It was some other one. I don't know, whatever. I shouldn't get, I love all your emotes. Thank you. I always think of Alexander from Elden Ring for some reason whenever I hear Alexander PCs. Your zingers are fire. Oh, thank you. Jackal Sap 7, the form thing doesn't that command doesn't work in YouTube because it doesn't need to. If you're looking for the form over there, although you already sent it, you just need to look at the description. Twitch streams don't really have a description section. So let's take a look at the deals over at Skytech right now, because they had the most options for 7800X 3D systems. It was like 22 different systems. 22. Just absolutely bonkers. I had to narrow it down to 2 systems out of that for yesterday's video. It was nuts. But yesterday's video, man, it made so much sense. Looking at it objectively like that, like, oh, you get great deals on 7800X 3D right now, and it's going to be competitive regardless of the new CPUs coming out. So I just looked at a bunch of systems from a bunch of different SIs that were featuring that CPU. It was a great video concept, and I'm glad that I did it. That's me patting myself on the back. Like I might have pulled a muscle, patting myself on the back so hard like that. But worth. Ray, what is your most requested case lately? A lot of people want Y70s and cases like that. Probably my most recommended lately has been the King 95 Pro. It just kind of does it all. Aesthetics, cooling, everything, and it's just gorgeous and it's well priced. But most requested case is a bit of a tough one. I would say probably Y series cases, because Height has done a fantastic job of building the brand identity and a brand awareness. They did a really good job of that. They've made the PC case into like a status symbol. It's nuts what they're doing, but man, it's really smart. Okay, this was one of the systems I featured, but it's well under budget, so it's not what we're looking for. This was the other one that I featured, and this one is the system with a 7800X 3D and a 7900 XTX. That is peak AMD gaming right there, all AMD. But it's a red case. Like, you need to be really dedicated to the whole AMD theming. You wanted a black PC, 7800X 3D, and a 4070 Ti Super right there. That's a heck of a system for $2189. Good Lord. But remember this. This is a straight up gaming PC, okay? And this is not going to have a motherboard. It's going to have a lot of I/O. It should have a USB Type-C, especially on the front panel. It'll have that. So you can plug in your headset into that, you know. But if you're trying to do streaming or something, you're going to need to add in USB ports and things like that. These systems are pre-spec'd. We can't do anything with them to improve them at all. Yeah, this is crazy. If you look at this is 7800X 3D, 7900 XT, and then go lower price, and you have 7900 XTX. Now, looking at that, locked down. I have an unreasonable love for that shook emote. It's great. Dedicated to how King. I'm not sure what that means, Crash. I'm not sure what the connotation of that is. Okay. 1440p Ultra. Look at the difference between 7900 XT and 7900 XTX. Yeah, it's like 15 FPS, but that's an average, right? It's above a 4080 Super. Above a 4080 Super. In pure rasterized performance. Now you throw on ray tracing, 4080 Super is going to catch up and pass up the 7900 XTX depending on the game, but this can still do ray tracing and do it pretty well. This is the top of the line AMD GPU. The thing is, if you don't like this case,
Ain't doing nothing about that. It is a very, very AMD red case. Oh, okay. That's a Master of Puppets reference. Got it. But Pop Culture Principle, let me know what you think about that. Also, the price goes down from here because of my coupon code. What is your actual maximum budget for your system, by the way? If you want, yeah, you wanted a black build though. So there's these options here. Going up a bit, you have the 7800X 3D and 7900 XT. This system, I unboxed and reviewed this system. There's a full stream about that, and it was a banger. Absolutely awesome system. My pet peeve of this one is the fans that they used, having fully clear fan blades, which just give you hot spots on your RGB fans. I wasn't a fan of that, you might say. Is there a link for that? For this right here? Sure. Well, here, let me give you the whole. Here, this is Zach'sTechTurf.com/buildhelp. I don't know if you know Zach, but he's a super cool dude. And then you just click on their GPU comparison chart, and then you have all the way up to 4K. These are from Tom's Hardware. And you pick the resolution you care about. You go to 4K, and there you go. Nothing beats the 7900 XTX other than the 4090. And that's for a lot more money. So, 2500 max. Okay. Well, this comes in, this comes in under budget after my discount code, after my coupon code, and shipping is free. But if you go up, it's like this one right here will come in under budget still, even at $25.50. My discount code will get you more than $50 off of this. But once you start getting up to $26.79, there's no chance. Yeah. But I'm asking, what I'm asking right now is, how do you feel about the red case? Because you said that you wanted a black build. It is attention-getting. It is a bit loud, but Montech, the way they paint the way they color their cases is beautiful. I have the Sky 2 in their teal-ish, bluish color. It's freaking gorgeous. Blondie, some of the other things on that build help page are so, like the SSD spreadsheet is so useful. If you're looking at an SSD and you're like, is it a DRAM-less M.2 drive? There's a column for that. What would you classify this as? High-end, mid-range? There's a whole column for that. And you can even do Control F and search by model names and things like that. You don't mind the red case? All right, this is the best. This is probably the best value for you, period. Okay, right here. The website's thinking. Here we go. Now, the one downside to this system, and I mentioned this in the video, is that it comes with a 1 terabyte NVMe, M.2 NVMe drive, though it is a PCIe Gen 4, which is nice. So you might want to, at some point, add more storage, but that's why you're getting the top-of-the-line gaming CPU and GPU from AMD at this price point. 360 millimeter AIO, you're getting an 850 watt, 80 plus gold power supply. Motherboard is a B650, so it's not a high-end AMD motherboard, but that doesn't usually matter unless you're doing something like content creation or streaming or something that's more productivity oriented. You'll usually have more than enough IO and all that. But let's go ahead and see what this comes out to with my discount code of SWARM, SWARM. And we do that, proceed to checkout, and we'll throw the code in there, see what we get. What the price before tax turns out to be. Shipping is free, but it's still over budget until SWARM. Now the system is $24.63.79. That is $76.20 off the price before tax. Beautiful. There you go. The Azure Montech is so fire. I wish I knew about it when I was shopping for a case. The Azure 2, which is the Sky 2, right? It's a nice case. And they have a new one too, their GX one or whatever it is. It is a nice case. I can add more storage later. Awesome. I don't know why there's like a haze right here. Did I put like a thumbprint on my, I don't know, whatever. Interesting. Anyway, all right, let me link this to you. Thanks so much. Appreciate your input and help. And again, apologies about the form mix-up. That's okay. That's all right. No worries. Usually the only time I'm actually bothered by that, if it's like the end of me doing a full build or something, and then you're like, oh, I didn't want that. I wanted this other thing or something. That's the only time it would really bother me. No problem whatsoever. So there's your code, there's your link, do the thing. Okay, now who else that has submitted their form is actually here? Please type my name in chat, use @ if you want some help with doing that. So put the @ symbol and then start typing this name right here, okay? Let me know you're here and that you're on the list. And we can keep going. That is a gorgeous build. Yeah, it really is. I can't take any credit for it. SkyTech did all the work. Bray, I want a PC case with a picture of your face on it. I would prefer RGB being on there. I think he's cuter than I am, being honest on that one. But yeah, Jackal7 is here. Okay, you're the last one that put in a form. Frosty 7211 there. Okay, another person here. You would be next unless we have some of these others who are actually here. I'm going to ask you all the same thing about whether you want to wait or not. That's what I do. What's the best monitor for the Red King 95 to get high frames? What do you mean for that? For the case? Or for the... That's the best monitor to get high frames. Well, I'm really impressed for one thing. The fact that you don't have any budget limitation at all. I would say probably go for the... let's see, probably the LG G9 OLED. I think it's like $2,500. There's your recommendation. Thanks for providing me with no helpful info. Okay. That was a great interaction. I enjoyed it a lot. Guys, if you want help, if you want information, take your time and provide information first, or the help that you get is going to be useless to you. You know how many monitors there are on the market? And the myriad budgets there are, like the prices, anywhere from $75 to, oh, I don't know, how much can you spend? Yes, all of your money. Like, why not include a budget? Why would you not include that? That would be the first thing I would type. I'm not on the list and I don't need any help, but I'm here. Lux! Luxtizer! The Master Lurker. How's it going? Bray, do you read Lit RPG at all? I don't. Lit RPG. In fact, if that's a term that was coined more recently, I'm not. Does it mean like literary role-playing games? I bet he means a system you just built. I know. When someone asks, Nightshade, when someone asks a super vague question, I want to illuminate that for them so that they understand that it's super vague. I mean, Epoch, I read a lot of high fantasy, but lit RPG. It must be a twist on the genre that I haven't encountered yet. I forgot that I was sorry. I got a text from Ari. I forgot the conversation we were having. What am I reading right now? Patrick Rothfuss, Wise Man's Fear. I'm rereading that one. I'm probably gonna dive back into the Cosmere in a little while once I finish this one. There are so many books. Brandon Sanderson is so prolific. And so I can just dive in at any point in Stormlight Archives or in any of the books and just have a blast. It is such a good he's such a good writer. Uh-oh, we got an ad break. Should monitor recommendations be included in the form submitted? In the forms, there's a question that asks what resolution you're going to be gaming at, that you want to game at, 1080p, 1440p, 4K, or ultra-wide. And that assumes that they have some knowledge of that. That's why each one has a little explainer, like 1080p, best for budget systems or esports, 1440p, best, middle ground, best balance of performance and fidelity and all that, 4K, highest end, standard size, all that stuff. But monitor recommendations aren't my strong suit. I have one monitor review coming out in a little while. Like I'm doing finishing touches on it. One monitor. I don't get monitors for review. I regret that because I think I love having a million monitors and I'd like more of them, but I just don't review monitors. So, yeah. Brandon Sanderson, you said. Oh, yeah. I've been a huge fan of his ever since he concluded the Wheel of Time. And then I was like, oh, I love this. I love this person's voice, their writing voice. It's so great. It's so easy to read. And it's just engaging. What if someone goes outside of their build? That's totally fine, Blondie. No one ever. My word is not law on these. I'm basically giving suggestions. If someone wants to go outside their build, they totally can. I mean, I would like to feel like my time is valued by the people I'm helping for free, but it's not a requirement. Speaking of valuing time, how about I value you guys, your time, and we get into these builds. I'll look them up. Thanks for the recommendation. Heck yeah. Oh, man. Oh, that's so exciting. Getting someone else into Brandon Sanderson. Oh, okay. You're going to look at his collected works and be like, where do I start? Start with Mistborn. Start with Mistborn, the Mistborn trilogy. Absolutely. It's going to seem in the beginning like it's a YA novel. It's not. You're actually, the first Mistborn is almost like a high fantasy Ocean's 11 kind of thing. Like there's a heist kind of thing. It's so cool. But that's also completely inaccurate. Okay. Like, man, that's one of my, that's someone that would be a dream for me to meet. I would love to meet Brandon Sanderson. I mean, he's done book signings all over the country, and I could have tried to do that at any point, but yeah, he's a fantastic writer. How well will my 4080 Ti do 4K 1440p? Crash, that's two different resolutions. What do you mean 4K 1440p? And also, there's no 4080 Ti. And you mean the 4080 Super? It sounded like Mist. No, it's Mistborn, as in born in the mist. Good Lord. So that was an intentional, vague question. I appreciate that, Crash. At first, I didn't. I was like, "You okay?" All right. So, Frosty, it looks like you're next. Okay. So for Microsoft, put yes, but I don't want to get my PC there. So budget is listed as less than 1,000. So what is your actual maximum budget, Frosty? What is the actual max budget? You can't change this later. I just need to know what the maximum is. I know it might have said, it sounded like I said you can change this later. We got to stick with whatever you say here. So we can't change it after you tell me. A parts list. Okay, fun. It's going to be a little tough doing 1440p for less than 1,000. What does this say here? AMD CPU and graphics card. That helps. 1,300. I really need to have $1,000 budget or more. I need to figure out the wording on all that. That's much easier. This is no problem at all. I realized that my options in this form do not cover budgets well enough. Like it's where's the 1,000 to 1,500? Where's that? So I should change these to be 1,500 to 2,000, 2,000 to 2,500. I should do that and then ask what is the, yeah. It's going to mean I have 327 responses in this graph right here, and it's going to throw that all out of whack. Yay, me. Good job, me. Whatever. Okay. So we're doing a parts list. You have a PC part picker list? Yeah, here. Hold on. Just click my name and click Whisper and send it on over. Because that you can't put links in chat. Ever do non-conventional systems like Pocket ePaper? Ixnavixnav? No, I've never. I don't do that. Unfortunately, no. No, I mean, I talk about things that I have experience in, that I feel like I am qualified to give advice on. So no, I'm not really qualified to give advice on that. I mean, how well does a 4080 do 4K? It's one of the best on the market for 4K. Just look right here. If you do ray tracing, it's just under the 4090. All of these will move downward in ray tracing in number of frames per second, but it will be higher than the 7900 XTX. It's definitely functional enough as is with the slight typo. Says Doc. What typo? What? Okay, I swear I wasn't having a stroke. Okay. Honestly, guys, I put this link in chat on Twitch. Click the link. Come look at this for yourself and just see where you stand. And that, like, never look over here and be like, I wish I was there. Nobody needs this. This is never a need. It just has to be whatever's right for your budget. This is meant to sort of show you, like, hey, if you're going to upgrade, what would be a viable upgrade? Moving from this to this, that's not... from here to here is not a viable upgrade, right? But moving from here to like here, that's a viable upgrade. Moving from like say a 6700, now you'll know it, oh wait, a 7900 GRE is like twice the FPS at 4K Ultra. That makes sense to me. But then you might want to look at 1440p. Okay, 6700, 7900 GRE is still a vast improvement. That's a solid upgrade. That's what this is meant for. Or when you're shopping, it's also meant for that, but still. All right, back to what we were doing here. So we want an AMD CPU and GPU. Okay. Now, if you're going to 1440p, what's most important is going to be your graphics card. If you're doing 1080p, your CPU is plenty important. It still has a lot of work to do because your GPU is putting out more frames per second. And then you might want to go with a 7800X3D and max that out. But in this case, the 7600X is going to do the job just fine. We'll start there. But I do want to note, you said that you live near a Micro Center, but you don't want to get your stuff there. You're going to get a way better deal on your 7800X3D at Micro Center. They're going for like $225. That's $50 more than a 7600X. I would probably get it from Micro Center, just to be clear. Can't verify my account right now. Sorry. Your Micro Center account? Oh, you can't send me the list. It's okay. We'll just do a fresh one. Yeah. Look, which one was it? It was the Denver, Colorado. Let's see if they have the deal. They have to have the deal in order for you to get the deal. They have package deals, like bundles. CPU, motherboard, RAM. Let's look at what's here. And there it is, 7800X3D, 32 gigs DDR5 6000, and B650E Tough Gaming, $499. Or there is a 7600X, B650M-A Prime AX2, and 16 gigs DDR5. That's one stick, unfortunately, $299. I would go with this. This is more of a complete system here. $499. $499 for all three of those, when here it's $385 just for the CPU. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we're helping Frosty right now. And there you go. CPU, motherboard, RAM. All in one right there. There you go. So that is a maxed out gaming CPU right there. And this is, I would say this is going to be more valid after the launch of 9000 series than a 7600X would be. So yeah, I would go this route. Well, we can refer to this. Where does a 6800 sit for 1440p Ultra? A 6800, an RX 6800 right here, okay, is going to be beaten by a 7700 XT. 7700 XT has more advanced technologies, better ray tracing, less VRAM, yes, but still, isn't it still 12 gigs? Let's see. Why do I keep, let's close this. See, like there's an RX 6800 for $369. What does a 7700 XT run? I'm not saying to get the 7700 XT, right? But what, do they not have any? What's going on here? All right, this is driving me crazy. Wait, there's one 7000 series? Oh. RX 7000 series. Yeah, my bad. That's what I meant to select. I was like, what do you mean one? I've seen multiple just before I even clicked that. Okay. And then we'll go price from lowest or highest to lowest. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Either one works. A 7700 XT is starting at, looks like the lowest price one is, yeah, $439. Does that mean that that's the one you should go with for it? Not necessarily, but maybe. It is an improvement and it has more up-to-date technologies in it. And it beats out the 6800. Now look at how much of a jump up in performance a 7800 XT is. Holy smokes, that's nearly at 6950 XT performance right there. Ooh, wow. Yeah, with better ray tracing. So let's see what we can do. All right, because 1300, it's pretty tight. So let's see what we can do. 7800 XT starts getting into the 479. That is only $40 more than this 7700 XT right here. Although there are cheaper ones. Well, there's one cheaper one. Actually, no, they're the same price. So yeah, let's choose this 7800 XT. $40 more. Oh, okay. Maybe this one. They have 2 of these in stock. I'd feel safer choosing that. They also have 11 of these. Basically, what happens is this. You create your list. Then you go to the store, and they'll have some stuff that, you know, they might have some things that are out of stock when you get there. So you just choose from what's there. This is a big part of your budget, but there are a lot of builds where it's like, oh, I'm doing 1440p. Let's make my GPU half of my budget. You can try to do that. But 7800 XT, here, what was this one. Let's go for the Hellhound. Just for now. All right, I can change stuff as I go. But look at how much of a jump up over the 6800 that is. 6800 is right here. 6800 XT is closer though, but 7800 XT beats them both. Yeah, now I got to figure out case, power supply, CPU cooler, all that with like $300, but could be possible. Might need to drop the GPU down a step. Doesn't matter. It'll still be a rocking system. Now the cases, I'm going to have you just like pick one while you're there. But for right now, we're going to pick a budget case in the color of your choice, which is a black build. Air 903 Max is an awesome case for the price. There's also the Sky 2 GX. The Sky 2 GX is an update of the previous Sky 2. And I keep ignoring it because there's no image. I shouldn't do that. But $79.99. It's a really nice looking case with good airflow, all that stuff. I'll throw that in there. But remember, this is a placeholder. When you get to Micro Center, you walk directly to their case department. All the cases are out there on display, and you can look at them, poke at them, see which one you like the most in person. It's really awesome. Am I missing something here? Why the heck is this out of order? That's really dumb. Honestly, Asus Tough Ones are pretty good deals here. don't know why they don't have the MSI one. It's a really good power supply. They just don't seem to have it. Well, you don't cut corners on your power supply, but we might have to. We'll see. We'll throw this in here, see what we can do about our CPU cooler, and then call it a day. Also, nothing says, as AJ is saying, nothing says you can't get a CPU combo at Micro Center and find deals online elsewhere. That is very true. All right, this is going to be, we're going to try to go with an air cooler. We'll see if we can get this in there. You might need to get your air cooler elsewhere and get yourself like, I'll find it for you. Yeah, they don't have the one I'm looking for. Okay. Get yourself a Thermalright Peerless Assassin. It'd be like $30, and that's going to be within budget. Like exactly within budget. Let's find it real quick. Well, here, let's do it this way. Hey, there it is, $36.90. There you go. And this thing can cool. Now it's a 7800X3D, but that's the thing about that CPU. It basically will it will control itself temperature-wise and try not to get too high in temps. The other option would be to change what we have for the power supply, because I went with a pretty high-end one. Because let's see here. Let me just check this. Okay. So the minimum recommended power supply spec for a 7800 XT is 700 watts. So we can go with a 750 and it'll still be within spec and have a little bit extra, but I usually will go above that. I'll usually add another extra 100 watts. But what are you going to do? It's going to come down to their selection. You can get your power supply from anywhere. But let's change this. And if we go to we won't be able to take that much off the price of that. But let's see what we can do. Corsair RM750E, that is a good power supply right there. I wonder what the feedback is on this. Let me see. What the heck? That's the PSU Cultist tier list link. What happened? Why does it look like it's been hacked? PSU tier list, direct link. What happened to mine? All right, well, let's just do that. I'm replacing it now. There we go. that was great. Wow. Prove that you're human. Prove that you're human. Okay, I was going to do this. No. No. Oh, okay. Look at this. In Tier C, which this is a budget PC, that's where you look for Tier C. This is a gold recommendation from the PSU Cultist tier list. What a find. All right. Hello there. $80, 750 watt, 80 plus bronze. But this thing, among more budget-oriented power supplies, apparently this is a top recommendation from the PSU Cultist tier list. Heck yeah. Saving 50, 60 bucks right there. Probably be able to do, maybe be able to do an AIO instead of an air cooler and get them all in the same place. Now, why would I say get everything from Microsoft? Here's the thing. If any of these parts are having issues or they're DOA, you can go directly to Micro Center and be like, hey, here you go. Instead of having to ship it off, wait for it to be RMA'd, have it shipped back, they will handle it for you. Swap it out for you, give you a new one right there. Let's see if we can do this. 80 bucks though? There's a Montech one, but I don't think... Yeah, the lowest price. There is an $80 AIO. It's a Thermaltake TH240. It's in budget. Do it. All right, Crash, have a good one. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you on the next one. What's up, John Paul Bacon? How's it going? Deppel, the 7950X3D is good if you want to do more than gaming. That's true, but if you want to do more than gaming, wait for 9000 series. It's 13 days. You'll live. Also, the 7950X3D is not a good idea for streaming PCs. Ask me why. I'd be happy to tell you. All right, I would choose this. 240mm AIO, $80. Thermaltake, reliable, reputable. And we are 6 cents under budget. Good Lord, look at that. Ah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. There you go. Now you choose a different case that's more expensive, you're going to go a little over budget. That is not up to me. But the case I chose you, here, let's look this case up so you can see it, because they don't have a picture here. So if we look at this, you just get this. That's the Sky 2 GX. Looks different. Actually, it looks different from the Sky 2 because it has the mesh front panel. But that's a good looking case. This is in white. There's also one in black. And that's the one that I recommended to you. But then again, you're going to go look at this thing in person. So you tell me if you like it. You choose, you do whatever you want. If I'm not mistaken, this thing should have included three included 140mm fans on the front and one on the back. Maybe on the side too. Let's see what comes with it. Three 140mm fans on the front. That's cool because you're going to have your exhaust on the AIO. That should be enough for now, but you can add more fans later if you want to. Corsair RME are A-list, if I recall correctly. Yes, but I had to finagle this one. I had to finagle this one a bit without sacrificing reliability, and that's why I go and I look here. If this thing was notoriously unreliable, this would be a different color of text right there. Yo, Falcon Northwest, what's going on? How's it going, bud? I hope you have good news for me soon. I'm just excited. You know how excited I get. But I hope you're having a good evening. I hope all things are going well for you. Things have been... Oh, by the way, I updated BIOS. Haven't had stream crash yet. Since then, I had two Thursday and then Sunday streams. Both had full system crashes in the middle of stream. Updated BIOS, and Tuesday was fine, and today has been totally fine. Knock on wood. Okay, just here to make sure you're recommending all Falcons to all people. You got it, right. This person, so right now we're doing a $1,300 budget. Okay, what do you got for that? Just curious. Just checking. If I could, I would, Kelt. If I could, I would. You know that. Gentle Stone. Hard drive? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Also, 7900X3D would be discounted to $225 with an appropriate motherboard and DDR5, so you have some choices. That's what we're doing right here. We did that exact bundle right here. This is the bundle we're doing. It's exactly what you're talking about. Thanks for the biddies, Frosty. I appreciate it. Here's what you need to do, okay? Thank you very much. You need to basically go here, all right? and then go to save the build. And when you do that, it'll have you create a Micro Center account. Please do so. If I do another Micro Center build, this one's getting deleted. All right, I can probably do one more tonight, all right? And that would probably be it. All day, every day, said Blondie. Everyone needs the latest BIOS. Yep. 100%. Now, another thing, Frosty, that thing, well, okay. I mean, you've heard me do the whole Micro Center spiel. You should know exactly what you need to do. When you're looking for a Windows license, check my most recent YouTube video yesterday. Links in the description. That can help you get it for way less than the norm. And it's all good. Gotta run, just knocking off work. No rest for the wicked these days. Always good to have you here. And you have a safe drive home. Got some fun streams coming up. Got 2 build streams next week. Okay. Oh, come on. No, you can't do this to me. You see there, everybody. Falcon Northwest just gifted 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for Warm Eagle, Mark Lavara, 123, Vaz 22, Drift King 30, Ereki, SSA, Frost Aiden, Luxtizer, a Dodger Dog, and B Myers 84.
Welcome to the Swarm.
It's been far too long since I used that voice, and I just had to use it. I had to.
How about I use it for the rest of the stream so that we can all get relaxed and just chill a little bit. Just vibe. Talk about PCs. I am the PC Matchmaker. You're welcome, Blondie. You're very welcome. You stole my gold box. Where you get that nice silver? Thank you, Falcon Northwest. Have yourself a safe drive, and we'll see you soon. Hello, Warm Eagle. There you go. You're right, John Paul Baker. That was very generous of Falcon Northwest. But right now, I need to talk to Jackal 7. It is your turn. I feel like I might have accidentally summoned Falcon Northwest when I said, wait for 9,000 series, because he loves that. All right, Jackal 7. Let's talk about your build. So here we're looking at, and well, I'm on the wrong screen, aren't I? Okay. So here we're looking at a budget listed at 2,500. Why don't you tell me if that what your actual maximum budget is, so we could min-max your PC to the max. You know, what you're looking to do with this thing is gaming and streaming. So we're going to need to be very picky as to what motherboard we include with your system. Deathly Nightshade, I have no idea what you mean. I certainly don't mean to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to miss this. I might be losing this little feature here pretty soon. This is the voice you're committed to. Blondie, let me explain something to you real quick. You might have think that I was turning off a vocal effect, or turning on a vocal effect to get this. I was actually turning off the vocal effects. See, let me turn them back on.
I turn it back on, and this is what I sound like. But there's a reason that I usually have this vocal effect turned on.
You see, as it turns out, it's bad for your speakers when honey leaks out of them like this. Tends to short them out. It's hard to get the honey out of there. So I try. I'm doing this for you, for all of you. Jackal 7, it's actually going to be a 2 PC setup. This one will be primarily for gaming. Got it. So we're going to go ahead and change this to just gaming then. Nightshade, I don't know what you mean. Do I have, hold on, I got to check something. Hey, get off of there. All right, SkyTech, thank you. I got to check something real quick. Okay, I got to change something. You'll understand. You see, while I love synthwave and all that, it's my favorite genre of music, it just doesn't work with this voice. Unfortunately, we're going to have to switch to some nice lo-fi. I think that'll work. Oh yeah, that's nice. There we go. All right, everybody, let's settle down. Let's relax. Let's do this build. So, gaming PC for 1440p is what we're talking about right now. You feel me? We're going to do this. This is 2500. That's a high budget for just strictly gaming at 1440p, but I think we could do a lot with this. Now, if you're looking to get this within 2 weeks, I think I know the exact place we need to go to. But you said you watched the video on best pre-builds, and I'm digging the Alexander PC Centurion. I like that. That's a good choice. And that lifetime warranty, that does sound nice. It does. I understand you there. Let's go check it out. Now, while I truly dig the pre-configured systems at Alexander PCs, and we're going to be looking at one right now, we can also do a fully custom system, and that's likely the way I would go. But let's take a look at the Centurion. You see, I've reviewed the Centurion before, but it was in its previous incarnation. Let's see what we got. Here's the Centurion in the venerable Lee & Lee Lancool 215. Now they don't, let me see, what color are we looking at here? It's okay, good. They don't have the one in white available. Now looking here, we can see you can go Intel or AMD. I promise I'm not trying to drop bars here. It's just happening. Okay. This is just, it's not under my control here. So it's a 14600K or a Ryzen 7 7700K, 7700X, excuse me. Even I lose my mind when I hear this voice through the IEMs. All right. I don't think that's the best option here. Let's see what we can do. 2500 custom system. As you mentioned here, you are interested in upgrading your CPU over time. So we're going to go AMD. Right? All right. AMD custom build tool. Here we go. Start with the Lancool 216, the updated version of that 215. I was sad to see the 200 millimeter RGB fans go, but the 160s do a fantastic job. Now here, we can go 7800X 3D. 32 gigs DDR5 6000. We don't need 2 drives at 1 terabyte. Let's do 1 drive at 2 terabytes. Sounds good to me. Welcome back, Crash. Sailor X, I promise you, it's not a new development. This is just me. And the MSI Mag B650 Tomahawk Wi-Fi, a solid choice for a gaming PC. You don't need all this and that when it comes to I/O. Mouse, keyboard, headset, maybe a microphone, maybe something like that. But that's it. So you're good. But power delivery, it delivers. VRM cooling, storage options. I think we go with a Lee cooler here. Or we could go Arctic Liquid Freezer 3. Unfortunately, no RGB. So if we're looking for the aesthetics, this is the way to go. Now, don't forget, whatever price you see right up there, right up here, take off a nice 50 for code Thorn. It's like the name right here. Just take off the Bray. There's your code. Now, what we're looking at here is a 2 terabyte KC3000. Same as this one I've got right here. Excellent high quality drive. Great sequential read speed, write speed, both at 7,000 megabyte per second. I do want to remind y'all that this is the last build of the night, so I wanted to end it off with good vibes so we could all wind down. It's like cooling off after a good workout. You don't just go cold turkey. Now we're looking to do some solid 1440p performance here. So what do we got? Now the downside here, there are many, many upsides to going with a boutique builder. The build quality, the attention to detail, the customer service that you get after the sale, the lifetime warranty you get with Alexander PCs. That does come at a cost though. So you could get yourself for $2,500 a system with a much higher end GPU, but that would be if your goal is 4K gaming at this budget. Remember though, the GPU we were looking at, let's take a quick look. Let's make sure we're not undercutting what you would get with the Centurion. Now this goes up to a 4070 Ti Super, but that is at 2578. And if we switch to AMD, it's 2478. This might still be the better option. Don't get me wrong. But let's look at the rest of the specs. 7700X versus a 7800X 3D. Guess which one I would prefer? You're also getting a 240 millimeter cooler instead of 360. That might be actually the right choice. Let's see if that's an option here. And it is $45 less. Let's go with that option instead. Still suitable, still does the job. What happened to my price here? What? Oh, we're still on a 4070. I see. Yeah, if you go here on this custom system with a 4070 Ti Super, I'd still put up to 850 watts. You're going to be at 2715. That is drastically above budget. But there are things here, like this comes with a 1 terabyte KC3000. Same motherboard though. But the graphics card here is listed as a 7800 XT, but you know I raised that up to a 4070 Ti Super. But here's what I'm going to do. I would say instead 7900 XT. That's what I would do. Why is that? We'll take a look at this. 1440p. Ultra FPS. Here's a 4070 Ti Super. There's a 7900 XT. Performance gain, less price overall. This system right here, 2478. Well, that's with 1 terabyte of the same storage. This one has a faster GPU and twice the storage and 1,000-watt power supply right there. Whereas this one gets a power supply that is 750 watts. Quite the upgrade, plus the more recent version of this case. I dare say this build is more than just a little bit superior. Don't forget, 7700X goes up to a 7800X 3D. And take $50 off of this price, and we are only a mere $22 above budget, and shipping is included. Custom cable extensions in the color of your choice from their catalog included. Might I recommend a nice purple? I might say we're done here. I think we are. What do you think? $50 off right there with code Thorn. Dunion rings, baby. Tell TJ Brayathorn said hi.
Whoa. Kind of blacked out there for a second. Did you still need help? Are we good? Where did that link come from? I don't know. Cool. All right. I hope that, does that work? I hope that works. Good? Okay. Awesome. Wow. Feel weird. Anyway, I got the vocal effects back on, so y'all can. So I hope y'all, don't feel too uncomfortable with that. I just want you to know, this is just, I don't want to overdo it by just bringing my normal voice all the time. So I try to sound like this instead. Take a nice little. I don't know, maybe. Ed, I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's nice to see a 1 out of 10 video again. It's great. Okay. All right. Let's talk about this. So here's what's coming up. I'm going to be more and more on the fence when it comes to doing PC matchmaking in the next week, in the next 13 days, basically. I mean, by the time it's next Tuesday, okay, we're going to be 8 days away from it. And it's like, I'm just going to tell everybody to wait. So instead, we're doing a build stream on Tuesday for the Threadripper 2000 series Threadripper system, right? And then on Thursday, we're doing the Corsair build kit. These are just fun streams, okay? And I hope y'all will join for that. And then we're going to skip the 30th, which is a Tuesday, so that we can have a doubly long stream, probably streaming for like 8 hours on Wednesday the 31st. Launch day for Ryzen 9000 series. It's going to be fun, and I hope y'all will join me for it. And now I'm going to ask you guys a favor. If you're watching on Twitch, please do not bail on me. Please. Please. If not me,
Then do it for this me. All right. Stick around.
I want to raid somebody. And you know, I like to bring as many along with me when I do that as possible. Okay. Anyone who's on YouTube, feel free to pop over to Twitch so that we can do that. And we'll have more people that way. Emmett is streaming again, but I just rated Emmett, so he can wait till the next one or the one after. Premiere 2, that'd be fun. But Sushi Dragon is insane and awesome. Who else is streaming right now? Mired Media, always fun. Alexander PCs is streaming as well. Christopher Yee. Only thing is, I'm really, really tired. So I'm probably not going to stick around much wherever we go. But your mission, should you choose to accept it. Oh, Real Storm, thank you. I appreciate that. Should you choose to accept it, is always to just, even if you have to bail, say one nice thing, maybe, and especially if you drop a follow. Those make raids so much fun because they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I have, you know, if it's a smaller stream, that's always fun. So please consider doing stuff like that. I think we should let's raid Mired Media. And say hi to Jacob over there. Oh yeah, it's Jacob. All right. Playing Angerfoot. Oh my God, this looks amazing. Okay, this looks amazing. All right, we got to go here. Okay, we're going to raid. Oh my God. Okay. All right. I want to get over there now. All right, let's go. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Those who gifted subs and memberships, thank you very much. I appreciate you. It's a prep for launch week, Gentle Stone says, waiting for the 9800 X3D. It's, you know, probably sometime Q4, early Q1, either one. We'll see. It's going to be pretty soon, though. But all right, guys, let's go drop that raid and say hi to Jacob. And I will see y'all on Sunday for the gaming stream. Don't know what I'm doing yet. You know what? Why don't y'all tell me? Maybe I'll do a little poll in Discord, see what y'all want me to do. More Super Metroid Randos or Noita or whatever. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And until the next one, take care.
Let's go, nerds!